and he'll take the lead. The winner of the Dirt Late Model Dream for the third straight time is Brandon Overton.
Eldora, I guess that's all I can say. We're going to keep fighting. We don't give up. We'll be here till the end.
That's still one I really feel like I got to check off my bucket list. We brought the check home, but we didn't win it.
This is what I wanted to be, you know, the whole time I was growing up. I didn't want to do anything else. I wanted to be a race car driver.
We are so back. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to FloRacing, and welcome to Prelim Night 2 of the 31st Annual Dirt Late Model Dream. We are here in Rossburg, Ohio, of course at the house that Earl built, Eldora Speedway. Mother Nature, she's gonna play nice here tonight. Dustin Jarrett, James Essex here with you, man. I'm excited. I am pumped. It rained overnight. There was a mist in the air this morning. I've got this track ready to rock and roll at night, my friend.
Got the new Eldora ballroom down there. You saw that on the video. We thought I was going to move the feature into there last night, but how about this? Twin 50-lap features tonight, each paying $30,000 to win each. I don't think that's ever happened in the history of dirt late model racing in one night.
I don't think so either. We got last night's makeup, the conclusion of this evening's event. Split fields, it's the way to go. If you know, listen, the Knoxville Nationals, they do, you know, the Sprint Car Nationals, they split the field up. Chili Bowl splits the field up. We split the field up here. It's the right answer. I like it. Gets the show done quick. You don't have to run 100 cars every night. I'm all for it.
I'm all for it, and a new mix of drivers, of course. We've got, 47 entered here tonight?
Yep. And
then we'll have the 26 from last night. They'll get a chance to hot lap after the heat races and then run their main event. But $30,000 to win each feature tonight. Oh, baby, let's go.
$2,000 just to start.
Yes,
of course,
sir.
We'll have dirt draft hot laps and winners performance time trials. We'll then have our 4 iBox Springs and Integra Shocks and Springs heat races. They're 10 laps each. Top 5 will transfer. 2 Buzzy Racing Products B mains. They are 12 laps in distance. Top 3 advance. And then the $30,000 to win main event. Devin Moran won on this night a year ago. And again, after tonight's main event, we've got last night's rained out feature that will be happening as well.
And that's going to have Will Harrington and Carson Ferguson on the front row. This track opened 1954 carved out of the cornfields in western Ohio. Earl Baldus, he owned it until 2004 before selling it to Tony Stewart. And it's the Mecca. It's the world's most famous dirt track. There's no questions about it. 3 huge races a year. The Dream, the World, and then the Dirt Track World Championship now in October. You've got the best of the best. And somebody's going to walk out of here with $100,000 tomorrow night. $700,000 up for grabs this week, DJ. Simply amazing. Thanks to Tony Stewart, Levi Jones, and everybody involved in that.
It's an absolutely incredible purse. We're going to hear more about that, and we will hear from Michael Rigsby and Randy Weaver on the other side of this set of commercial breaks. Don't go anywhere. You are watching the Dirt Late Model Dream, and you're watching it all live right here on FloRacing.
This isn't just a shop. It's where racers build products for racers with blood, sweat, and gears. At Buzzy Racing, we know what's at stake because we race too. From rear-end rebuilds and tube straightening to dyno-tested steering boxes and transmission overhauls, we don't just fix it, we build it like it's our own. Family-owned, track-proven, built with purpose, built to win.
I love the sound of someone getting their money's worth. I mean, where else are you gonna get ahs like that for 89 cents? only in Casey's country. It's not crazy, it's Casey's. For a limited time, get medium fountain drinks for just 89 cents.
Premier Health was first in the region. First emergency room, first ICU. We created the first ambulance in the air. We broke records. We made history. Our 110 years of experience were gained for this one split second.
We're going to take you to Miami Valley Hospital, okay?
We were granted level 1 trauma verification, the highest level of care for critically injured and sick patients. We treat patients that other hospitals can't. We are the most experienced. Premier Health.
Hosky's Performance Parts has been serving the Ohio River Valley and racers from all across the country since 1978.
Hosky's is also the home to Hoosier Tire Ohio Valley and Octane Race Products. We keep the popular name brands in stock and ship nationwide daily,
including Winner's Performance, Willwood Brakes, Bilstein Shocks, Impact Safety Equipment, along with hundreds of others.
Visit us in Parkersburg, West Virginia, or online at Hosky.com.
Get ready for an amazing summer tradition. Country Concert 25, Fort Loramie, Ohio, July 10th, 11th, and 12th, with Blake Shelton, Brad Paisley, you gotta get a little mud on the tire, Parker McCollum, John Party, Brantley Gilbert, Co Wetzel, 40 artists, 4 stages, deluxe camping, coolers welcome. Get tickets now at countryconcert.com.
Race into 3 and off of 4. Your winner for the second feature is Turbo. Tyler gets it done.
Despite heavy overnight rains and a lot of track prep today, we are about 8 minutes away from hot laps on night number 2 of the 31st annual Dirt Late Model Dream as you get a look high above the beloved half mile here at Eldora Speedway. Michael Rigsby and Randy Weaver inside the infield media center here at Eldora Speedway. And Randy, you brought up a great point to me that I wasn't thinking enough about. I thought, well, it rained, it'll be like last night. You said, no. We had one track Wednesday night. We had another track last night. And you said, Rigsby, we're about to have a third track here tonight, aren't we? A third different track.
Yeah, absolutely. I was over there in the corners 1 and 2 and looking. It's just last night when I had to call it off, they never got the top really ran in. So then all the rain came and they couldn't get on it until late. And so today we were going to have another different type racetrack, which is still going to be hammered down and elbows up.
Make no mistake.
There's going to be 2 distinctively different lines. One's going to be real aggressive and choppy, and the other one will be like it was last night, kind of narrowing around the bottom.
As James and DJ said, don't forget we have twin $30,000 features tonight. James said, I'm sure this probably hasn't happened in the history of late model racing. I'm certain this hasn't happened in the history of late model racing. 2 50-lap features. We'll have the makeup after the first one's complete. Let's take a look first at some of the guys who are competing tonight. Their scheduled night to compete. The Friday drivers, if you will. Of course, the Thursday guys will make up afterwards. RTJ and JD. Of course, the headliners tonight. Tyler Bruning, who started off with a hell of a 2025. Brandon Overton, the guy who dominated Eldora a couple years ago. Chris Madden still in the search, Randy, of that first big Eldora win. Bichette, McCready, Mike Marler, Gustin, and Ashton Winger. You got to think those 2 guys on top, though, the favorites tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's just amazing to me. Every night we put these notable entries up. It's just unbelievable talent. I mean,
how about this lineup?
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, it's like the best equipment and the best talent in the world, and it's all right here at Eldora. So
yeah, it's that's gonna be an interesting group. And of course, don't forget after that race is over, another 50-lap, $30,000 to win race. I don't want to say I'm more interested in that, but I kind of am, if I'm being honest. Will Harrington and Carson Ferguson on the front row of that race. Max Blair, Turbo, Josh Wright, Michael Leach, all inside the top 4 rows. But the big question is, Bobby Pierce starts 6th. I think we'd feel a little bit better about a good race if he was starting 16th. Is he inevitable tonight?
Yes, I think the 32 will win the race. But the good thing is the different style of racetrack, which was the second style, it seen the younger gas smashers up front, and they actually didn't just qualify good, they won their heats. So it's good to see some new names, but at the end, it's going to be hard to hold the 32 off.
I asked Will Harrington today, I said, what do you have to do to keep the 32 behind you? And he said, I'm going to give it my, I don't want to fill in the blank. He said some things that he's going to do his best to keep the 32 behind him is the point.
Absolutely, but the thing is, the track condition by the time they go out is going to be 180 from last night, and it's going to take a lot of technical changes and setup stuff to get them to where they can run with the 32 that's already been on every kind of racing surface here in the past, which goes back to that experience.
Pretty neat. Before we throw it to our last commercial break of the pre-race show, you see Timothy Culp sitting behind us. He showed up today, right? Hasn't raced yet this week. Something cool about this infield media center is it got that cup feel that we don't get a lot in dirt track racing to be able to turn around and see cars and staging for hot laps.
Yeah, this whole deal up here that Tony's revamped and done, it's put us all in the perfect positions and with one of the best layouts in the world. But to have the media center right here where you can actually keep up with what's going on, and you know, I've been on that other side of coming down that pit road. That's a different pit road than anywhere else in the country. So that's really a neat feature.
History being made here tonight. 2 $30,000 to win dirt late model races in the same night. We're going to take our final commercial break. No break, actually. Did you hear? You know what? They don't even want to take a break. I like that. Yeah. But we will throw it up to Dustin Jarrett and James Essex. We'll be back here for the post-race show afterwards tonight. Randy Weaver and Michael Rigsby from the Infield Media Center here in Eldora.
All right, thanks a lot, guys. They have got cars out there on the racetrack. They're going to roll this racetrack here for just a few laps, I do believe. It's first group of dirt draft hot laps going to be led out by the driver out of Ainsworth, Iowa, in the Grace Motorsports, Stewart & Sons, Midwest Frame and Axle, Houston Ag Company sponsored. Number 43, that is Derek Stewart. Derek Stewart behind the wheel of that Clemens-powered Capital race car. Behind him, arriving here this evening, is the four-time Brownstown Speedway track champion. That is Devin Gilpin in the Clarkson Logging South Central Roofing Wheelman by Dasco, sponsored number 1G.
The fastest ponytail, Freddie Carpenter, the C4, and the Kryptonite Eisner. And his car is sponsored by Fights Farms. Also, what do we have? Posky Performance. You got some other ones on there, right?
Yeah, the Gates Trucking, JR1 Motorsports, West Virginia Motor Speedway. Welcome back on the side of the C4, Fast Freddy.
Out of Parkersburg, West Virginia. Also behind him is the number 19 car out of Rochester, Minnesota. That'll be Dustin Sorensen. Dustin Sorensen, a regular World of Outlaw Late Model Series. He's in the Altenburg Construction, Heavy Hitch, Rochester Chevrolet, JCB, J&S Repair, Longhorn Pro Power, number 19. Behind him, the 74X. He's currently 8th in the World of Outlaw points, 2nd in the Rookie of the Year chase. That'll be Ethan Dotson. Ethan Dotson, he hails out of Bakersfield, California, in the Azio Camo. Also, Jarrett Rifles, Longhorn Clements for 2X Motorsports.
Fear the Beard, Tyler Bruning's the next driver on your screen, and that Skyline Motorsports Quick Supply Olson Explosive, sponsored number 16, a winner at Golden Isles earlier this year, is Tyler Bruning out of Decorah, Iowa. There's the high side hustler, Jason Fager, on your screen. The two-time and defending Mars Late Model Series champion in the Titan Industries, SC Online Sales, Remtech Enterprises sponsored number 25.
And behind Jason Fager here on the main straightaway, driving the Freddie Smith throwback, that'll be Ashton Winger. Ashton Winger out of Hampton, Georgia. He is in the recreational vehicle select for Jeff Matthews Motorsports. It's a Fusion chassis with an Andy Durham power plant under the hood for Ashton Winger in the 00. Behind him, the what-in, the driver, of course, always his dad raced here for many years. He's racing here for the last several years. That is Casey Noonan. Casey Noonan, he's out of Sylvania, Ohio. In the one-in car, that's the NP M2 Motorsports, J. Reynolds Builders. That's a black diamond with a Noonan's Performance engine under the hood for Casey Noonan out of Sylvania, Ohio.
Out of Johnson City, Tennessee, Jensen Ford in the 83 is the next driver on your screen. The John Minen, Minen Construction, Penske Shocks Team Minen Racing TNT race car for Jensen Ford. Behind him, out of Pataskala, Ohio, it's going to be Clint Keenan, a winner at Muskingum County earlier this year. The DeVoe Construction, Keenan Concrete, Aquatic Creation sponsored number 29.
So in this group, there's the S21. He's currently in the Northern All-Star points. He is 4th. That is Seth Daniels. Seth Daniels, he's out of Jackson, Ohio. In the S21, he's got a Rhine power plant under the hood of that entry. The Rocket chassis, the Wilson Excavating, Tim Haddle Trucking number S21 for Seth Daniels. Did we get them all?
We got them all.
So.
We got them all.
Play.
First group of Dirt Draft Hot Laps. Right. Did you set a Dirt Draft lineup tonight, James? I know your password, and I can set one up for you if you want.
Who did we go with last night? We went with Moyer, Bloomquist, Purvis, Boggs, Moran.
You went with the all Eldora lineup. I think that would be too much on Dirt Draft. Those guys would all be like 21,000. What was your password? It was like
I know
it was some former promoter, wasn't it? I mean,
no, it was not.
I thought it was like I thought it was like Casey Spurlock 8 or something like that. It was not. That was not.
I think it was Promote to Show 1. Not sure. All right, in his first group, Dustin Sorensen, 15.505. What did you have in your article? Was it in? Was it putting on a show? What was that?
It was putting on a show.
Putting on a show.
It wasn't
promote the show.
Putting on a show.
15.505. Ethan Dotson, 15.563.
So you know where that name came from. The column I wrote for many, many years at Mid-American Auto Racing News, of course.
Right.
Ty Torig and I were great friends growing up. Went to high school together. He was a year behind me in school, and we used to go to races together a lot when we were younger. And one of his favorite phrases was, "Man, that cat's putting on a show out there."
Like it.
And we'd talk about some of the guys from our neck of the woods over there in the Mid-Ohio and Upper Ohio Valley, like Charlie Duncans of the world and things like that.
And that was P-U-T-T-I-N apostrophe.
That was apostrophe, not pudding. It was putting on a show.
Not pudding or pudding.
There's a guy that was putting on a show here last year out of Americus, Georgia. That is Alan Stick in the Simply Elegant Landscaping, Montana Dudley Racing Custom Collision Center sponsored number 11. He will be followed by the 14 junior. That is going to be Trey Mills, 7th in the current Hunt the Front point standings is the 17-year-old out of St. Augustine, Florida. The Twins Farms, Mills Concrete, Boswell Oil sponsored number 14.
He's got enough tear-offs on tonight. He might need them, right?
I hope so, too.
Find him the 12-car DJ, the James Ratliff car. That is Jason Jameson. Jason Jameson, currently 5th in the Northern All-Star points. He's in the JR Motorsports, VMGL Auto, number 11 Longhorn. Behind him, the number 9, former World of Outlaws and Lucas Oil champion. He's currently 5th in the World of Outlaw points. That is T-Mac, Tim McCready. Tim McCready in the Briggs Transport number 9 Longhorn out of Watertown, New York, former World 100 winner here.
Special wrap for that guy this weekend, Brandon Shepard out of New Berlin, Illinois, currently 6th in the Lucas points, the 5-time World of Outlaw Series champ, the 2022 FloRacing Night in America champ in the Valvoline, Swabert, Calf Ranches, Petrov Towing Performance Grading sponsored Rocket One. Behind him, talked about him earlier, Timmy Culp out of Prattsville, Arkansas, and that Carrier Bennings Heating and Air SCCS Solutions Earth's Performance sponsored number C8.
Behind him, the 79 car currently leading the O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year chase in the Lucas Oil Series. Currently 10th in the Lucas Oil points. He's in the Billy Hicks Longhorn. That is Donald McIntosh. Donald McIntosh, the H&H Auto Sales entry. He is out of Dawsonville, Georgia here. The Coleman Farms Racing entry, car 79.
He'll be followed by the driver out of Milano, Oregon in the number 15. That's Justin Duty. His first appearance here for the Dirt Late Model Dream of the Don Frank Floors, First Class Septic, Roberts B Company, Finish Line Graphics sponsored number 15. And behind him will be the driver of the 19R out of Marshalltown, Iowa, the Reaper, Ryan Gustin of the Wells & Sons Motorsports, Todd Cooney Racing, Carl Auto Group, Allen Seamless Gutters sponsored 19R.
So you, Ryan Gustin, and Tom Berry Jr. all have residence in Marshall, right?
It's me, TBJ, and all the Gustins. Ryan Gustin, Jimmy Gustin, Janae Gustin, Richie Gustin, Brayden Gustin, Ryan's son, who's been running the mini.
Right. How about that one he raced? We had 2 Smiths, 2 Fergusons, and 5 Joiners, right?
That's right.
Is there 5 Joiners?
It is.
There might be.
I think so. A couple other drivers on the track that we missed, James. One of them on the screen right there on the 5-star out of Ionia, Michigan. Great-looking paint scheme this year. Wrap for Bryant Dickinson. That Forest Restoration, BD&R Wealth Management, Lucky Dog Grooming Salon sponsored number 5-star. There was one other one out there. Dan Ebert, who is in turns 3 and 4 right now. Of course, that Minnesota Truck Headquarters, Collins Brothers Towing, Ames Oil, Shaw Trucking sponsored 60 for Dan Ebert. And how about Dustin Sorensen right now, fastest in Dirt Draft Hot Laps with a 1.5505.
All right, couple more groups left to go here. So again, Group A, they'll be qualifying against each other. They'll be heats 1 and 2 here tonight. Group B will be heats 3 and 4. And again, the same format as last night. They get points every time they're on the track, including time trials and heat races. So the driver that has the most points, last night it was Dalton Wilson, he spun an 8, he will get to spin the wheel. So it's a 4 invert in the heats, and then the feature will be inverted by the number of the spin of the wheel in Shelton.
Randy Weaver, we had the rain hit us last night as we were trying to wrap up the last B main. They didn't get past the halfway mark, but after that, it rained a lot. They didn't get to touch the racetrack. So with that said, does it surprise you at all that it's getting a little bit slick, especially on entry to the corners?
No, definitely. Last night, the lane that they raced last night is what's really slick. And the stuff above that they never really got rolled in before the rain, that's why nobody's really up there. It's going to get a little choppy. It's going to be easier to blow it up to the top tonight, so they'll move that group pretty quick. But by feature time, I'm telling you, they'll be all over it.
Where would the 116 need to be on the track in qualifying right now?
Right now, you've got to be right sides in the dark brown in 1 and 2, and then you've got to be right against the curb at the middle of 3 and 4.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Mike Norris will be down there as well. As Group A, make those cars go back to their top side, and the ones here on the bottom, and then we'll bring Group B down here and be ready to go. So again, coming up after the hot laps here, we will have, again, 4 heat races, 2 B mains, and then a 50-lap A main, $30,000 to win. And those cars, by the way, they said in the driver's meeting that were already in the feature from last night, they will hot lap after the heat races here this evening. So they're going to get the green, the white, and the checker, DJ. They're not going to mess with them, right?
Mess
around with them, right?
That's right. Let's go. We got a lot. We got a lot to do tonight.
Got a lot to do. Don't forget tomorrow afternoon, Dirt Racing Outreach, 1 o'clock, I believe, is the time. And then we have, at 3:30, we have the driver's autograph session, and then the driver's meeting at 4:30.
So Dirt Draft, producer Tiffany talking to us about Dirt Draft. I'm in a little squabble right now.
So where are you at in the standings?
They
the reigning world 100
I don't
winner,
know
what?
because, we got last night's feature still to run. So.
Oh, okay. You're right.
Yeah, I was very excited. I was going to show off a picture of my trophy that I won last year at the World 100. And Clint Dahl has agreed that, yes, that would be great. He would love for the fans to see it. But instead, we look at this graphic right here. So I will say this. I will be very easily beatable this weekend because one of my drivers did not make the show for the last night's feature. So see how well you can do. You're probably better than me. We joke about it. Man, it's a lot of fun. And by the way, James, if things work out, the feature from last night that'll be run at the end of the night tonight, there will be a free dirt draft available for anyone to do on that. You don't need a credit card. You don't need to provide your firstborn or anything like that.
Wow.
You just give them your name and email address, and there will be a free for anybody contest on dirt draft for the final feature of the night, last night's makeup. That's cool. Good
stuff. Get a free T-shirt if you've never been on there at all, right?
I have got listen, after I joked about it a year ago, I've got 20-some dirt draft shirts at home.
How about the high limit last night at 141? Who had, what was his name? Dirt draft?
Travis Aarons, IMCA
Travis Aarons.
Sportbot standout. Absolutely.
Congratulations. He had never made a national sprint car to a race, either World of Outlaws or high limit, ever, right?
That's awesome, man. That's so
That's
cool.
pretty cool. Congratulations to him.
It goes to show it can happen. Look at here last night. We had Will Harrington. We had Austin Smith. We had Michael Leach win heat races and take nothing away from those guys. But you could hear in their interviews, even they were excited and even a bit surprised they were able to go out there and win those
That's what
heats.
it's all about, right?
Amen, brother.
That's why you have 100 cars every time for this. It'll be the number 5, the Magic Man. He'll be at first here in Group B hot laps, dirt draft hot laps. That is Mark Whitener. Mark Whitener in the 5 car. He comes to us out of Middleburg, Florida, the Ocala Restaurant Supply, Southeast Ship Repair, Longhorn Pro Power. Behind him, the 20 RT. He is the current Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series points leader and reigning series champion out of Now Indianola, Iowa, but we'll stay with Chandler, Arizona. That is going to be Ricky Thornton Jr., the Bobby and Jessica Kohler. That is the Ultimate Towing and Recovery Elite Ready Mix, Capital Waste, Knights Companies, Hoker Trucking, Coleman Farms Racing, Longhorn, number 20 RT.
There's Garrett Alberson on your screen, and that Romer Machine and Welding, Denego Power Sports, Low Voltage Solutions sponsored number 58. He's out of Las Cruces, New Mexico. Behind him is going to be Dylan Thornton, no relation, in that Vic Hill Power Dirt Racing Technologies, the DRT race car, the Hawk Farms, Duval Electric, Pee Wee's Record Service, Hellraiser Jack sponsored entry for Cody Summer. There's the Slim Reaper behind him. That's Brody Smith. And the 16-year-old.
Not Brady Smith in the Amsoil number 2.
No, not Brady Smith and not Brendan Smith. It's Brendan's brother, Brody Smith, that Big Daddy's Cattle, Guardian Hurricane Protection, Clyde Johnson Contracting and Roofing sponsored number 17 SR.
And also on the half mile will be the 11 car. That is the AK race cars owned by Austin Kirkpatrick. That'll be Ross Bales. Ross Bales out of Clover, South Carolina. The Barbarinos Pizza Race Engines and Asian Spa.
That's right.
Paco's Tacos.
That's exactly right, yes.
Clements powered number 11, yes.
We're still uncertain if Paco has paid his bill or not. And talking to Austin Kirkpatrick, that's still a little uncertainty there. There's the 2 of Cody Overton on your screen. Cody Overton out of Thompson, Georgia, 7th in the World of Outlaws points. Nat Molly Enterprises, Chrysler Engines and Transmissions, Big Dog Stump and Tree sponsored number 2.
There's the Nutradax Solutions 49 car. That is Jonathan Davenport. Jonathan Davenport currently second at Lucas Oil Labeled 100 Series points. ASC warranty, Martin Automotive for Lance and Darla Landers. Also on the track, the 39 car, the Eitenauer Racing entry. That is Brandon Moore. He's out of Bryan, Ohio on that Kryptonite car, number 39. And behind him, the 388. He was last year's Hunt the Front Rookie of the Year. That'll be Jackson Heiss. Jackson Heiss comes to us out of Ocala, Florida. And I believe the 114 out there in the former Robbie Hensley car, that is Clayton Bryant. Clayton Bryant out of Yoder, Indiana. You know where Yoder is, right? Up by Fort Wayne, right?
Yes, absolutely.
And the Geiger Machine. Not our dear late friend Bob Geiger.
Not our late friend
but
Bob.
Geiger Machine, Alternative Fuel Solutions, Rocket Pro Power.
How about
114?
Dylan Thornton.
Dirt
Yes,
Racing Technologies.
I talked to Dylan before the race this night, man, and I asked him the same thing I asked him on Wednesday when he got here. I said, "Are you nervous tonight?" And he said, "It's not too bad." So I got the butterflies out of my stomach by racing on Wednesday. And he said, I'm going to be honest with you. He said, our goal is to make the Dirt Late Model dream here on Saturday. He said, we got a car and a team that's capable of doing it. He said, it's up to the driver. And he said, I got very limited experience in an open late model. Of course, he's third in the Malvern Bank East point standings this year behind Chad Simpson and Dallin Murdy. But he said, you know what? He said, I got limited experience in an open car, limited experience on half miles, but I really think we got a shot to make this thing.
And his open car owner, Ricky Kai, is here as well. There you see the next group led up by the 25. Is it 9 drivers that have won the world in the dream, or are we still at 8? Are we at 9?
What?
Have won the world and the dream.
Oh,
it's a 9, isn't it?
I think we're at 8.
I think we're at 8.
Yep.
Shane Clanton there in the 25 car.
Yep.
His first race in a long time. He looked good here on Wednesday. And he made the show Wednesday night. Yes, go ahead, Ben.
I was just going to say, talking about Dylan Thornton, man, he's another one cut from that Ricky Thornton Jr. mold where he can drive anything. And DJ's the IMCA, especially stock car commissioner, although they don't know him at Stewart Speedway. 3 different divisions he won the IMCA National Championship, playing in the Super Nationals. And that's saying a lot when you think about the caliber of competition in every division. Ricky Thornton Jr. has won it in 2 divisions. Dylan Thornton, no relation, the only driver to win in 3 different divisions there.
Yeah, Shane Clinton back out on the track here again in the final group of hot laps here tonight in the 25 car. The Super K Express. Capital Clements out of Zebulon, Georgia for the veteran driver Shane Clinton. Again, former World 100 Dirt Late Model Dream winner. Behind him, the 25 car currently leading the Malvern Bank East points, right, DJ?
That is correct.
That is Chad Simpson, the Johnson Holding Company's Bowler Farms entry. He is out of Mount Vernon, Iowa. I talked to Chad earlier. With the MLRA dissolving and all that, of course, he's been a longtime competitor with the MLRA. He said, told his family, I'm not going to run for points. Not going to do it, and it ends up being the points leader, and it pays $10,000 to win. So that might as well just finish up the year.
Well, he hadn't
go for that championship.
He hadn't had
right?
an open motor all year,
right?
Either.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's
Pro
the,
power under the hood of that number 25 DJ.
There's the little one, Big 14, as you called it. That is going to be. I don't have him on my list, but I know that's Jordan Kohler. I don't know why he's not on my list. That's going to be Jordan Kohler out of Mount Airy, North Carolina, the Traffic Control Safety Solutions Capital Waste Ultimate Towing and Recovery sponsored entry.
When did Bobby Kohler turn into Keith Koontz, right? I mean, we got 4 cars down there, right?
That's right.
Hats off to those guys. I mean, we wouldn't be possible without guys like him. 19M car, that'll be out of Mississippi. That'll be Spencer Hughes. Spencer Hughes, the JCM Motorsports car. For Colton Miller, for the Lucas Oil regular, currently, I believe, 12th in the series points. The Yellow Hammer Design and Construction, Clyburn Take Lines, Neon Bubbles Car Wash, Drive Barstow, Rocket J. Dickens for the 19M.
Behind him is going to be the driver out of Gray Court, South Carolina. The winner at Swainsboro earlier this year is Chris Smokey Madden, the Gambler Transport Motorsports, Brick House Tavern, Victory Circle Auto Sales sponsored entry. And a couple other drivers on the track. The 96 out of Benton, Kentucky, that's Tanner English, and the Brett Coltman Farms Racing Special Needs School of Gannett sponsored 96. There's the 97 of Kate Dillard, a 7-time winner this year out of Rosaline, Louisiana. Yes, Nest Fishing and Rental, Joel's Auto Sales, CFI Transportation, Chrome Farms sponsored 97. And there's Trent Ivy, yep, little head knocker. And the Bartfields Timber, Palmetto Pole and Piling, Spartanburg Fleet Services sponsored number 88. Big Sexy, Brandon Overton, the Garto Southern Heartbeat Hot Sauce Riggs Motorsports Longhorn Factory Team 76. And there's Mikey Marler in the Skyline Motorsports Quick Supply Company bringing Rock Products Infinity race car for Greg Bruning. And he's going to be the fastest in that group, Ben.
Randy Weaver, you've been watching him get into turn 1, and you're noticing some of these guys having some difficulty. What have you seen?
Last night where everybody was trying to get turned when it was so wide open and really a lot of traction. Now, if you notice that same spot, if they hit that wrong, it's bouncing the left rear up and probably a foot off the ground. And then if you'll notice, almost in the center of 1 and 2, all that lip is now curled up. It looks like it's maybe a foot tall. So, man, that makes it awful worriousness. And when you run off in there thinking you're going to hit that where your right rear, and then it could jerk the right front up and maybe get you in the wall. But that thing's going to get up there, but it's going to take a while.
Well, that is a wrap on Dirt Draft Hot Laps, James. Guys are in the staging lane getting ready for Winners Performance Time Trials. With that in mind, we are going to slide away for a very quick set of commercial breaks. When we come back, qualifications presented by Winners Performance. Don't go anywhere. You are watching the Friday portion of the Dirt Late Model Dream, and you're watching it all live here on FloRacing.
Race fans, Dirt Draft is your #1 fantasy racing app. Play along with hundreds of events each year featuring the biggest stars in series and racing. Draft your team each race night and compete against hundreds of fans across the country. Or start your private league to battle your friends for the ultimate bragging rights. Accumulate points each race night and cash those points in for top prizes from the biggest brands. Sign up today and learn more at dirtdraft.com or download a Google Play or the App Store. Dirt Draft, your fantasy racing edge.
If you're like me, you take pride in a great-looking lawn. And my pride begins with my ride, a Grasshopper mower. Whether you roll it off the trailer or out of the garage, you'll get the power to effortlessly tackle tough terrain, mow around obstacles, or cut through thick grass and overgrowth. You'll trim, vacuum, mulch, and more, all from a driver's seat that's as comfortable as your favorite pair of jeans. The exclusive PowerFold deck even makes cleanup and storage a snap. Whether you're a pro or just want to mow like one, make a Grasshopper mower your ride and your pride.
Brothers Pizza is proud to be the official pizza of Eldora Speedway. Fuel up with a hunk of pizza or a large 12-inch pizza loaded with all toppings, no extra charge. Pick original or thin crust, then add on any combo of our 10 delicious toppings. That's 1,024 ways to make it just the way you like. Head to the concession stands to get yours today. Want more? Download the Hunt Brothers Pizza app to find one of our 10,000 locations in convenience stores near you. Hunt Brothers Pizza, fuel for race day.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Eldora Speedway. The Friday night portion of the Dirt Late Model Dream. We've wrapped up Dirt Draft Hot Laps, just about to get underway with Winners Performance Time Trials. Here this evening, the field tonight, the half that didn't race last night, they'll be split in half for Winners Performance Time Trials, Group A and Group B. So the first 23 drivers will qualify against themselves. The way they qualify will line up heat races 1 and 2 this evening. Then the second half of the field, that'll be the last half, or the back 23 drivers will qualify against themselves. They will just qualify against each other, and that will set the lineups for heat races 3 and 4 here tonight. And there's an invert of 4 in our heat races here this evening. So that means the top 16 drivers in Winners Performance Time Trials will be inverted. And once again, James, the Every Lap Matters format is in play here this evening. So anytime the drivers are on the track outside of hot laps, they are earning those valuable points in everything that they do that will be put towards Saturday's 6 traditional heat races. So they get points based on how well they qualify. They get points based on how well they finish in their heats, and they get points based on how well they run in the A main tonight. If they make it, those points will be used to set the stage for Saturday's 6 traditional heat races, with the one caveat of the Wheel of Misfortune being spun by the High Point man at the end of the night tonight.
Again, tickets still on sale for the World 100, of course. Expecting, well, we had a record crowd last year. Let's make it even bigger this year in September. Tickets and camping available for the World 100 and also Carl Schwartz Dirt Track World Championship. Don't forget, right here at Eldora, that'll be October the 17th, 18th, and 19th. $100,000 to win that. The Lucas Oil finale will crown a champion as well with the Lucas Oil Series. Also going to give away a Denego bike. And by the way, you can go up on the utility building, not utility building, what do I mean?
Multi-purpose.
Multi-purpose.
Close.
And register for that, and we'll give that away at the Dirt Track World Championship.
They may have a Denego bike in the utility building.
It's in the utility building.
We would prefer.
You can go up there and register for that, and again, we'll give that away here in October. So again, camping and tickets on sale, and you know the World 100. I'm sure it's already, you better get a ticket. Right.
My birthday is Friday this year of the World 100.
It's cool.
Yeah.
Good.
Yes.
All right, you ready to go, brother? Here we go.
Let's do it, man.
Here we go. It'll be Devin Gilpin, 5-time Brownstown track champion, currently second to the Northern All-Star points. He's at the Gomez Trucking, Insultech, Wheelman by Dasco, South Central Roofing, Jack John's Portable Toilet Rental and Septic, Blondie's Pizzeria, Dasco TFS Performance. That is a Rocket Clements, followed with the 74X out of Bakersfield, California. Ethan Dotson, the 2X Motorsports, BK Grinding and Paving, grading and paving, H&A Development by American Racing, Jared Rifles, Azio, Longhorn Clements and Clint Keenan, the Keenan Concrete, DeVoe Construction, Tony Hutt Trucking, Kryptonite Mullins, 29.
First laps going up for this trio of drivers. Ethan Dotson top the leaderboard over Devin Gilpin. Here comes Clint Keenan. His first lap time is going to be second quick. Second lap time for Devin Gilpin, better. He's second quick now. Best lap, 1:6.148. Ethan Dotson's second lap time not as good. He's going to be atop the leaderboard right now with a 1:5.380, and Clint Keenan's second and final lap time is better. He'll be third, 1:6.154. So after the first 3 drivers on the track, Ethan Dotson with the early time to beat, 1:5.380.
Up next will be the 2-time and everything Mars Series champion out of Bloomington, Illinois. It'll be the high side hustler, Jason Fager. Jason's in the Titan Industries, Rosser Battery, Hoker Trucking, SC Online Sales. Also, Outpace Racing Products, Digital Copy Systems. It's a Longhorn Clements, followed by the 43 out of Ainsworth, Iowa. It'll be Derek Stewart. Derek Stewart and the Stewart & Sons Limited, Houston & Company, Keltner & Company, Welding and Fabricating, Arnold Motor Supply, Outlaw Cleaning, Midwest Frame and Axle, Grace Motorsports. That is a Capital Old Pro engine under the hood of the Double Z with a Freddie Smith throwback for Ashton Winger. He's out of Hampton, Georgia. He's in the Jeff Matthews Motorsports Recreational Vehicle Services Super K Express. That is a Fusion chassis with an Andy Durham power plant under the hood for Ashton Winger.
First lap going up for Jason Fager. He's going to be second quick on lap number 1. Derek Stewart will trip the trigger. He goes second quick now. Good lap, 1.5675, and the first lap rather for Ashton Winger is good enough for third fastest. Second lap for Jason Fager, better lap, third quick, 1.5831. It's going to be his best lap time. Second lap for Derek Stewart is not as good. Second quick right now, 15.675. And Ashton Winger's second lap also not as good. He's fourth quick, 1.5921. After 6 cars, Ethan Dotson still the time to beat, James, 1.5.380.
Up next will be the S21. It'll be Seth Daniels. He's currently fourth in the Northern All-Star points. He's out of Jackson, Ohio. He is in the Tim Hadlow Trucking, Wilson Excavating, Reds Roland Garage, Basil Race Fuels, Four Boys Racing Supply, Montgomery Motorsports, S&D Transport, Doles Automotive, Rocket Rhine. Followed by 19. Regular World of Outlaw Late Model Series, Rochester, Minnesota, home of Dustin Sorensen. He's in the heavy hitch. Paulson Stussy Construction, Yagi Truck, JNS Repair, JCB, Rochester Chevrolet, Aldenburg Construction, Longhorn Pro Power, followed by the 16, Fear the Beard. Out of Decorah, Iowa, to be Tyler Bruning. Tyler Bruning in the Skyline Motorsports, Quick Supply Company, Truck Country, Olson Explosives. Bruning Rock Products, Brown's Heavy Equipment, that is in Infinity by Wells Clements for the Fear the Beard. The Golden Beard, Tyler Brady.
That was well done. That was well done. Seth Daniels will be seventh quick on his first lap. First time for Dustin Sorensen. Good lap, James. He's second quick, 1.5426. And the first lap time for Tyler Bruning, fifth quick, 1.5909. Here comes Seth Daniels. Fourth in the Northern All-Stars points. He's going to be ninth quick, 1.6425 is his best lap. Sorensen backs off of it on lap 2. It's not as good. It'll be second quick. And here comes Tyler Bruning on lap 2. A better lap, but he stays fifth, 1.5865. 9 drivers have qualified. It's Ethan Dotson, Dustin Sorensen, Derek Stewart right now, your top 3.
Give me the sponsors on Freddie's car. The Kryptonite Eisner, right? Fights Farms.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Gates Trucking.
Go ahead.
You got that.
Go ahead.
You got Gates Trucking, West Virginia Motor Speedway, JR1 Motorsports. And Freddie also has Burwell Motorsports, Boston's Farm Venue, and Chatham & Son Tile, Protec Auto Salesman on that Seymour car for a long time. There you go.
You were on it. Jensen Ford to follow him out of Johnson City, Tennessee. He's in the John Mining Construction, Ballou Reynolds, not Robert Ballou, but B-L-E-W, Ballou Reynolds, TNT Pro Bill. Followed by the one in out of Sylvania, Ohio, that is Casey Noonan. Casey Noonan and the Chuck Noonan MP. M2 Motorsports, J. Reynolds Builders. That's a Black Diamond Newman's Performance Machining engine under the hood for Casey Noonan.
Fast Freddie will be 10th quick on lap number 1. Lap 1 for the 83 of Jensen Ford is 9th quick. Casey Noonan's off the pace in the 1, James. He's going to try to limp that car into the infield, and he will not get a qualifying lap, so that leaves Freddie Carpenter and Jensen Ford by themselves on the track. Freddie's second lap's a little better. He's 11th, 1.6600. Jensen Ford also a little better. He is 7th, 1.6032. No lap time for Casey Noonan. So 12 drivers have attempted a lap. Ethan Dodson, that lap still holds true, 1.5380.
Up next will be the 12 of the James Ratliff entry out of Lawrenceburg, Indiana. The Clements-powered Longhorn. It'll be racing Jason Jameson. Jason Jameson currently 5th in the Northern All-Star points in the MGL Auto Sales, Grant Lee Farms, JRR Trucking, JRR Motor Sales, the Auto Outlet, Keltner Contracting, number 12, followed by the 79. Currently leading the O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year chase in the Lucas Oil Series is out of Dawsonville, Georgia. That is Donald McIntosh. He's in the Billy Hicks Longhorn Clements, H&H Auto Sales, Coleman Farms Racing. Nobody walks NC.com. And Justin Duty, Malina, Oregon, the 15 car. He's in the Longhorn Pro Power. First Class Septic, Don Frank Floors. Roberts B Company, 15 for Justin Duty.
Jason Jameson 5th on his first lap. Donald McIntosh is 7th. Duty goes 12th on lap number 1. Here comes racing Jason Jameson, lap number 2. Better lap, stays 5th, 1.5848. D-Mac's second lap is better. He jumps up to 4th. Good lap for McIntosh, 1.5750. And Justin Duty, he lays down a better lap on lap 2. He'll be 10th quick, 1.6036. After 15 drivers, James, Ethan Dotson, Dustin Sorensen, Derek Stewart, still the top 3.
Well, this driver coming up next, he was here in 2013 running a UMP modified in the UMP Nationals. First time here in a late model. It'll be rookie label driver Dan Ebert. He's in 60. He's out of Lakeshore, Minnesota in the Collins Brothers Towing, Minnesota Truck Headquarters. Christensen Group, Amsoil, Shaw Towing, Peterson Farms, Rocket Durham. While up at the 14 Junior out of St. Augustine, Florida. That'll be Trey Mills. Trey Mills, he's in the Mills Concrete. Boswell Oil, 5-star service. Longhorn Clements. And the 5-star Ionium, Michigan's Bryant Dickinson. He's in the BD and R Health Management. Also, Forest Restoration, Napa, Vanderveen Auto Parts, Lucky Dog Grooming Spa, Laser Rhine Engine for Bryant Dickinson.
Dan Ebert, third, quick. James Trey Mills, third, quick. Oh, my. Bryant Dickinson, 17th on lap number 1. Here comes Dan Ebert. What's he got on lap number 2? Not as good. It'll be 4th quick. Best lap, 15.666. Second lap time for Trey Mills. Better, but he stays third, 1.5530. And Bryant Dickinson, looks like he maybe has a handful underneath of him. That second lap time is not going to be as good. He will be 17th. 18 drivers have attempted a lap. It's now Ethan Dotson, Dustin Sorensen, Trey Mills, your top 3.
Next driver's won 2 out of the last 3 World of Outlaw Series races. Currently 5th in the World of Outlaw points. It'll be Tim McCready. He's a former World of Outlaws and Lucas Oil and World 100 winner. He's out of Watertown, New York, in the Brake Transport number 9. XS Storage, Valvoline, Dave Warren Power Sports, On Time Body Graphics, Performance Bodies, Corey Rubber Corporation, Trans 58 Longhorn Clements. He'll be followed by the C8. Welcome back to Eldora to be Timothy Culp. Timothy Culp out of Prattsville, Arkansas. He's in the Carrier, Bennings Heating and Air, SCCS Solutions, Ernest Performance, Capital Clements, followed by the 19R, currently 3rd in the World of Outlaw points. Out of Marshalltown, Iowa, it'll be Ryan Gustin. Ryan Gustin, the Todd Cooney Motorsports, Allen Seamless Gutters, Hofer Trucking, Wells & Sons Motorsports, Carl Chevrolet, Fertilizer Equipment, Dynamic Drive Lines, Infinity by Wells, JD.
Boy, it's getting gnarly down in turn 1. Tim McCready jumped the cushion, and he lost a lot of speed down there. 17th on lap 1 for him. Timmy Culp, 15th on lap 1, and Ryan Gustin, 16th. And man, that high side in 1 and 2 is a live by the sword, die by the sword. Much better lap for McCready on lap 2. He goes 11th, 15.996. Culp, third quick. Wow, 1.5.526 for the Prattsville, Arkansas driver. And Ryan Gustin jumps up to 7th on lap 2 with a 1.5734. Ethan Dotson, Dustin Sorensen, Timmy Culp. Right now, your top 3 in Group A after 21 cars with a handful of drivers remaining.
2 more to go to be the number 1, former Dirt Late Model Dream winner. Currently 7th in Lucas Oil points, the reigning World of Outlaw Series champion. It'll be Brandon Shepard. He's out of New Berlin, Illinois. The Mark Richards Racing, Valvoline, Serpent Calf Ranches, Franklin Enterprises, Petro Towing, Gunners Honey, College Brothers Towing, Sunoco Race Fuels, Ace Metal Work Styles, Marine and Maintenance, Rocket One Pre-Owned Motors. That's a Rocket Durham, followed by the 11 out of Americas, Georgia. In his Longhorn Vic Hill, it'll be Alan Stick. Alan Stick in the Custom Collision Center. Simply Elegant Landscape, Custom Auto Sales, LAS Automotive, and Taylor Trucking. Number 11 for Alan Stick out of Americas, Georgia.
Brandon Shepard, 5th quick on lap number 1. James Alan Stick, that's the only 2 drivers on the track, those 2. Alan Stick will be 19th on lap number 1. So we'll do 2 and 2 here for Group A. Here comes Shep off corner number 4. And that redesign Rocket 1. Second lap time is better, but he stays 5th quick, 1.5628. Alan Stick. Lap 2, better, 15th, 1.6024. I believe we should not, actually that will be it, I believe, for Group A, James. So, how about this? Group A, Ethan Dotson is quickest with a 1.5380. Dustin Sorensen is second quick. Timmy Culp is third. And Trey Mills is fourth. Oh my.
And they get a 4 invert.
Yep, Shep, Ebert, Stewart, Gustin, McIntosh, and Feger. Mike Norris has caught up with your quick qualifier in Group A.
Yes, down here, Ethan Dotson, I tell you what, you've had some speed all year. Looks like you're getting some tips from Turbo down here. He's having some fun, but man, you've had a hot rod all season long. You got some speed here at Eldora early.
I don't think it's tips. I think it's bullshit. But yeah, my car's really good, and it's kind of rough around the cushion. I kind of like that shit. So hopefully we could just keep it together. And I really wish there wasn't an invert, but part of it. And hopefully we could get up there and win a heat race and start good tonight.
Well, wheels up, cowboy up, get her to the front, my man.
Yes, sir.
He's up to the task. How about it, fast qualifier 74X, Ethan Dotson. Those California kids are fast.
Absolutely, and another one of those California kids is going to be here in Group B, Dylan Thornton. He was the quickest in dirt draft hot laps. As we cross over a few drivers from the backside to the front side, we're going to wipe the slate clean and do it all over again for the back half of the field. This will be Group B in Winners Performance Time Trials, James, and the way these drivers qualify will set the lineup for heat races 3 and 4.
So again, 4 heat races, invert 4. Then the top point man after the heat races, again, that's based on points from qualifying and heat races. They will spin the wheel. Last night it was Dalton Wilson who spun an 8, and that's where he will start in the second feature later on tonight. Again, it'll be the last event of the night. That lineup, by the way, it's going to have Will Harrington and Carson Ferguson on the front row, then Max Blair and Tyler Erb, Josh Rice and Bobby Pierce, Michael Leach and Dalton Wilson, Dale McDowell and Chris Ferguson, Joseph Joyner and Austin Smith, Cale Green and Jimmy Owens, Devin Moran and Nick Hoffman, Garrett Smith and Chris Simpson, Corey Lawler and Mike Spatola, Drake Troutman and Kyle Bronson, Hudson O'Neill and Tristan Chamberlain, and Forrest Trent and Frank Heckenash Jr. will be the 26 starters in that nightcap tonight for $30K.
How about the back half of this field tonight? And
Yeah.
take nothing away from the front half of the field, but I mean, we got some hot iron about to come out here.
Hot iron.
Absolutely. I mean, Jonathan Davenport, Dylan Thornton, Garrett Alberson, Ricky Thornton Jr., Cade Dillard, Shane Clanton, Mike Marlar, Chad Simpson, Brandon Overton, Jordan Kohler, Trent Ivey, Spencer Hughes, Chris Madden, Tanner English, all
That'd be a feature in itself,
I
right?
mean, these guys are all in Group B here tonight. That is incredible. And they're going to be led out by the driver of the Barbarinos Pizza Race Engines and Asian Spa number 11.
Paco's Tacos.
Let's go, Paco.
If he pays the bill. A.K. Clements. A.K. Chassis with the Clements. Followed by rookie Brody Smith. He's out of Dade City, Florida. The Sean Smith Rocket Durham. Big Daddy's Cattle Guardian Hurricane Protection. Clyde Johnson Contracting and Roofing. Skipper Smokehouse Total Claim Source Rocket Durham. Jaden Frame out of Decker, Tennessee. The Riggs Motorsports Longhorn Clements. Riggs Fiber. Dude Wipes. Heartbeat Hot Sauce. Burton Racing Services. Tribune Trailers. Andy's Towing. Best One Tire and Auto Care. Longhorn Clements 81F.
Ross Bales quickest on lap number 1, then Brody Smith. Now Jayden Frame to the top of the leaderboard, 1:57.80. Second lap time for Ross Bales, not as good. He will be second quick. Second lap time for Brody Smith. It's Brendan Smith's younger brother, better, 1:65.92. And the second lap time for Jayden Frame is not as good. He scrubbed off speed down in 1 and 2. But it's still good enough for lap 1 to be the top of the leaderboard after the first 3 cars with a 1:5.780.
Up next will be the 2 car, the Dave Stein TriStar Promotions entry. The driver currently 7th in the World of Outlaw Series points. It'll be out of Thompson, Georgia, Cody Overton. Cody Overton in the Budweiser, Shaw Trucking, Triple Electric, Morley, Boswell Oil, Big Dog Stunt Tree, Longhorn Clements, followed by the 114. That will be Clayton Bryant. Clayton Bryant out of Yoder, Indiana. He is out there. The Rocket Pro Power, Geiger Machine, Alternative Fuel Solutions, J&A Innovations, Apache Propane 114, followed by 49 out of Blairsville, Georgia, currently second in Lucas Oil points. It'll be Jonathan Davenport. Jonathan Davenport in the Double the Motorsports, Nutrient Ag Solutions, Dynagrow Seed, ASC Warranty, Mark Martin out of Woody Mega Plumbing of the Carolinas, Longhorn 49.
Cody Overton third quick on lap number 1. James Joe, boy, Clayton Bryant, he jumped the cushion to 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. He's 5th quick. And Superman Jonathan Davenport, no surprise, top of the leaderboard, 1:55.28. And Cody Overton, he just hit the wall a ton, coming off corner number 4 down the front straightaway, and that is going to bring out a caution flag. There will be a lap still coming to Clayton Bryant and Jonathan Davenport. Man, Cody Overton made hard contact with the wall coming off of turn 4.
And we do have a replay of what happened to the driver out of Thompson, Georgia. Ben, down to you.
Yeah, we'll watch the replay and see what happened. The right rear completely off that race car. The left front is completely mangled. We go to the replay on the Jumbotron. And let's see what went sideways. Man, he got over that cushion. Oh, man, hard contact. Randy Weaver, you just watched that. Do you think it was just got over the cushion, or do you think maybe that tire was going down first?
I think for sure he's just riding the cushion. You hit it so hard, it jerked it to the right, and then when he hit the wall, it looked like it broke the center out of the wheel. But I'm telling you guys, when you're wide open is one thing, but when you're wide open and have to ride that little bit of edge of that curb, it is so hard to do, and you question yourself all the way down the straightaways entering in that corner.
Oh, great insight there, guys. Hate that for Cody Overton.
And remember, he had that hard flip in the Illini 100 ride by Farmer City back in April. So Dave Stein, the car owner out of Wisconsin. So Cody Overton is going to try. I don't think it's going to work. He's trying to pull away there. He has no right rear wheels. You can see that. So he is okay, but
yeah,
there's a hard hit.
Need to hook the wrecker up to the back of that car and I'll get him off the racetrack. Tough break, man. Likeable drive. The Overton brothers are just so incredibly likable. You know, I mean, they really and truly are. You hate that for anyone, but especially Cody. Comes into the event 7th in the World of Outlaws Real American Beer Late Model Series point standings. Again, one lap will still be coming to Jonathan Davenport and Clayton Bryant. They were on their second lap when Cody Overton got the wall. We do have one more look at this from the Dave Poske's Performance Parts Speed Cam on the front straightaway. We'll get that queued up and show it to those of you at home and those of you here at the track on the video board. Oh my goodness. Wow, I think we're gonna look at that one more time here. That was our 5-star bodies. Man, oh man, that was, I don't think you can. Oh boy, Randy Weaver, if you got your ears on down there, Randy, I don't know if you can. I don't think you can overstate how hard of an impact that is when you're running a half-mile racetrack and hit the wall like that.
No, and especially, you know, you're carrying so much speed riding that cushion, and then all of a sudden, I mean, you got a split second and it jerks you to the right, and you don't even have time to get out of the fuel because you sit down here in line and pumped yourself up how you're going to be wide open for 2 laps. And when that snapped and jerked you in the wall and then it breaks the wheel, I mean, you're just along for the ride. But I'm telling you, it looks like, okay, maybe a fender and a right rear wheel, but I'm sure it's bent the rear end, probably knocked the J-bar out of it. And that J-bar is what holds the rear end, the center of the car. And, I mean, there's a lot of damage right there.
Remember, he led the World of Outlaw points right after the Sunshine Nationals there in January. So
he had a really good start to the year. I mean, grabbed a win down at Screven as part of the Winter Freeze weekend. Won a race at Sonoy at the Spring Nationals. Got actually won when we were at Alltech, James, behind the wheel of the Augie Bertram entry in the 604 crate late model as well.
Gave you a doctor prescription last year. Augie gave you some advice right there.
Yes, absolutely.
And it was not Dr. Kildare, but it was all right. All right, so Cody Overton, again, he is okay. And the car on the hook. And they will take that off the track. So I believe, is there another lap? Davenport and Bryant.
Correct.
Both have a lap left. By the way, that Clayton Bryant car, that's a former Robbie Hensley car, by the way. You notice that blue that Robbie had. Robbie sold some stuff, and you might see him again someday at the big show. So Clayton Bryant bought that car. I think he had it for sale because he's got another late model. But anyway, Clayton Bryant trying to get in his first dream. He's never attempted to do the Dream of the World, veteran modified racer as well. Out of Yoder, Indiana. Here he comes.
All right, he's going to take the checkered flag. His second lap's better, 1:69.68. Davenport's second lap is not as good, but his first lap's good enough to be the quickest after 6 drivers, 1:55.28. Now the time to beat after 6 here in Group B. Oh, look at that. There's someone watching the FloRacing broadcast inside their race car.
There you go. All right, up next will be last year's Hunt the Front Rookie of the Year. It'll be Jackson Heiss. He's out of Ocala, Florida. He's in the Quality Services Roofing Incorporated, Triple Crown Trailers, Down to Earth Trailers, Herbert Graphics, Longhorn Clements. Followed by number 5, the Magic Man out of Middleburg, Florida. That'll be Mark Whitener. Mark Whitener, the Ocala Restaurant Supply, Southeast Ship Repair, Jet Concrete Works, Baker Farms, DT Welding, Longhorn Pro Power. And then it is Dylan Thornton. He is now out of Belle Plaine, Iowa. He's in the Cody Summer, Dirt Racing Technologies, Vic Hill, Hawk Farms, Hellraiser Jacks, number 13.
He got up over the cushion down in 1 and 2, did Dilly. Jackson Heiss 5th quick on his first lap. Mark Whitener goes 3rd fastest. Dylan Thornton on lap number 1 is 4th quick. Lap number 2, Jackson Heist be the first driver to trip the trigger. He jumps the cush off corner number 4. He'll be 7th quick. Best lap 1:06.287. Mark Whitener 3rd quick 1:58.42. Better second lap for Dylan Thornton. 2nd quick 1:57.17. For the Dirt Racing Technologies, Cody Summerone 13 of Dylan Thornton. Davenport, Thornton, Frame, the top 3 after 9.
I watched him. He jumped the cushion on the first lap, but he was right on the edge there, and he didn't miss a mark there. So 2nd quickest in Group B for Dylan Thornton. So it'll be Garrett Alverson. He'll be next out on the track, currently 5th in the Lucas Oil Points. As you see Trey Mills there. Keep your tear-offs on, Trey.
That's right.
So in case you missed it, he was brought a caution the other night. I don't know, it came in during a caution. The first lap on Wednesday night, he pulled the tear-offs, and he pulled every one of them off his helmet, so he had to come in and do a helmet change. There you see the 25 of Chad Simpson, the veteran driver. Glad to have him back at Eldora. Out of Mount Vernon, Iowa, currently leading the Malvern Bank East Series. Shane Clanton down there as well. Okay, ready to go. Garrett Alverson again, 5th in the Lucas Oil Points. He's in the Ken and Beth Roberts Low Voltage Solutions, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Sunoco Race Fuels, Titan Racing Products, Nutrient Ag Solutions, Bill Sports Shop, Done Right TV, Cheap Cars, Dickey's Doghouse, Romer Machine, Denego Power Sports, Mitchell Ranch, Longhorn Clements, followed by Brandon Moore. He is out of Bryan, Ohio in 39. He's at the Kryptonite Hoffman, Eitenauer DCR Graphics, Eitenauer Racing Service DCR Graphics, and Ricky Thornton Jr., the current Lucas Oil Points leader in the Hoker Trucking, Knights Companies, Coleman Farms Racing, Ultimate Towing and Recovery, Lead Ready Mix, Capital Waste, EMD Rep, Certified Inspection. That is a Longhorn Clements 20 RT.
Garrett Alverson doing Garrett Alverson things. Top of the leaderboard, 1:52.96. Ricky Thornton Jr., 3rd quick. Brandon Moore, 12th. Garrett Alverson, 2nd lap, not as good. 1:52.96, the best lap. Brandon Moore comes across for lap number 2. He is 12th. Ricky Thornton Jr.'s 2nd lap is better. Not good enough. He'll be 3rd quick, 1:56.46. So now, after 12 cars, Garrett Alverson, Jonathan Davenport, Ricky Thornton Jr., your top 3.
That's quickest overall. Dotson with 15.380. Alverson, 15.298. Well, Dustin Nobby, he is here, but he's not going to make the call. That'll bring up the 25. That'll be Kate Dillard will be next, and then Shane Clanton. Kate Dillard, he's in the Joel's Auto Sales, S&S Fishing and Rental, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Johnsonville Company, Nichols, Strength Roofing and Siding, Wheeler Metals, Production Jars, Jody's Oil Field Services, that's a Longhorn Clements, followed by Shane Clanton out of Zebulon, Georgia in 25. He's in the MS Concrete, SCCS Solutions, Ernest Performance, Super K Express, Capital Clements, followed by the 157. It'll be Mikey Marler. He is out of Winfield, Tennessee. He's in the Skyline Motorsports, Quick Supply Company, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Truck Country, Burning Rock Products, Cannon Auto Salvage, Brown's Heavy Equipment, Olsen Explosives. That's at Infinity by Wells Clements for the 157 of Mike Marler.
Kate Dillard's going to go 7th quick on his first lap time. Here comes Shane Clanton. He will be 10th fastest on lap number 1. And Mike Marler, 2nd quick, good lap, 1:55.09. I told you, man, the second half of this field is really, really stout. Kate Dillard's 2nd lap, 8th fastest. His best lap, a 1:58.78. Second time around for Shane Clanton, better, 9th quick. He jumps up one spot, 1:59.31. And Marler lays off the throttle on lap number 2, but he'll go 2nd quick right now. After 15 cars with a 1:55.09, Garrett Alverson is the time they're gunning for, 1:5.296.
And we're going to bring out, check the track for debris. The next trio will be former MLRA champion multi-time out of Mount Vernon, Iowa. It'll be Chad Simpson. Chad Simpson, the Johnson Holding Companies, Moeller Farms, Randy Davidson Trucking, Simpson Cattle Company. That's a Longhorn Pro Power. Followed by the 76. He is currently 6th in the Lucas Oil Points. The defending Hunt-to-Front Super Dirt Series champion out of Evans, Georgia. That'll be Brandon Overton. Brandon Overton, 2-time Dirt Late Model Dream winner. He is in the Riggs Motorsports. Heartbeat Hot Sauce, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Dude Wipes, UNOH, Rip US, Napa Auto Parts, Big Dog Stump and Tree, Garnto Southern, Longhorn Clements, and then the 114, that is Jordan Kohler. There's Cody Overton, that Dave Stein TriStar Motorsports.
Looks like they are trying to get some things off of this car and go to the backup car is what it looks like for Cody Overton. But we've got the next trio of cars out. And did you get Jordan Kohler?
Jordan Kohler, he's in the Capital Waste Elite Ready Mix, Coleman Farms Racing, Ultimate Towing and Recovery, 5-Star Metal Buildings, Horizon Equipment Rentals, Longhorn Cornet for the 114 of Jordan Kohler.
So again, Garrett Alberson's lap, 15296, what they are currently gunning for in this solid second half of the field. Here tonight, Chad Simpson, 12th quick on lap number 1. Brandon Overton, 5th quick, good lap, 15672. Jordan Kohler, usually quick in qualifying. He goes 10th fastest, James, 15913. Second lap time for Chad Simpson, not as good, 14th, 16047. Brandon Overton, better on lap 2, 15567. And Jordan Kohler, better as well, 7th quick, 15762. Garrett Alberson, Mike Marlar, Jonathan Davenport, your top 3 after 18 cars.
You say, well, why don't they sandbag because they get an invert of 4? Well, you get points. The points breakdown, the way it is in qualifications, are very important.
Absolutely.
So, there you go. It'll be Trent Ivey, the little head knocker, DJ, up next. He's out of Union, South Carolina. Was that who I thought it was?
That was Kyle Bronson.
Tell you what, we got a really good hot rod here. This 40B car.
Love it.
All right, KBM 40. Well, Trent Ivey, we're going to check the track another time here for some debris. Trent Ivey's in the Ivey Construction, Upstate Precast 29 Grill, Ivey Septic Service, Palmetto Pole, Badger Rental Services, Barfield Timber, that's a Rocket Clements, followed by the 19M. That'll be Spencer Hughes. He's out of Meridian, Mississippi. The JCM Motorsports, Colton Miller. Yellowhammer Design and Construction, Clyburn Tank Lines, Neo Bubbles Car Wash, Lone Star Super Gas, Extreme Graphics, Torco Race Fuels, Drive, Barstow, Rocket J. Dickens. It'll be Chris Madden. Chris is out of Gray Court, South Carolina. He's in the G.R. Smith Victory Circle Auto Sales. Brick House Tavern, Millwood Plumbing, Henderson Amusement, Gambler Transport, Longhorn Cornet, and that'll leave us just Tanner English. He'll qualify all by himself, DJ. How many times do you see that at Eldora anymore?
Well, I think
maybe?
at Eldora they'll split them up 2 and 2. I know with the Lucas Oil Series they go 3. They go to the end. I think here at Eldora they're going to split them up 2 and 2. So we'll look for Chris Madden and Tanner English.
That's how we finish all races here, 2 by 2 on a restart.
Just like,
double file restart all the way through the feature race.
I'm here for it as well. All right, here comes the little head knocker, Trent Ivey. He always runs well here at the Biggie. He's not going to like that first lap, though. He's 17th, 16821, and Spencer Hughes. Not a bad lap, James, with this group, especially 10th quick, 15845. We'll see what Trent Ivey has for him on lap number 2. He goes low in turns 3 and 4, and he lays off the throttle. Something not up to snuff on the 88 car. He goes 18th quick. Spencer Hughes, second lap, not as good. He will remain 10th, and that means we've got 2 drivers left to qualify, Chris Madden and Tanner English, and they're going to be gunning for Garrett Alberson's quick time overall of 1:5.296.
We talked about Chris Madden, Tanner English. He is in the Coleman Farms Racing, Autism Awareness, Special Needs School of Gwinnett, Supreme Enterprises, C Motors, Longhorn Clements, number 96. For Tanner English. I believe he's 11th in the World of Outlaws Series points. And the number 96. And Chris Madden into 44. And our thoughts and prayers to Chris's family. Lost his father a few months ago, and Chris not racing much at all this year. And of course, he loves Eldora, back here for the dream in the world as he comes off a turn forward. Lap 1 here tonight at the Big E, DJ.
Lap short of winning that million a few years ago, as well as he traded sliders to Davenport. Madden goes 9th quick on lap number 1. Tanner English will be 17th quick on his first lap. So Madden needs to get up 1 more spot if he's going to hit the invert in Group B, and he does. He jumps up to 7th quick, 15760. Tanner English will not improve on lap 2. He will unofficially be 17th with a 16145. And that is a wrap on Winners Performance Time Trials here this evening, the quickest in Group B. And the quickest overall here tonight out of Las Cruces, New Mexico, it's going to be Garrett Alberson with a 1:5.296. As long as he made weight and passed tech, He will start on the pole of heat race number 3. Mike Muller will start on the pole of heat race number 4. They'll be joined alongside by Jonathan Dapp. No, I stand corrected. They will not start on the pole because of the invert of 4. But that is a look at the top 10 there on the left side of your screen. And Garrett Alverson has caught up with Mike Norris.
Well, Garrett, I tell you what, Earl Baltus Classic, you've won. You've shown some speed here at Eldora. Fast qualifying tonight. Congratulations. You continue to be fast here at Eldora.
Yeah, I love it. This place is so cool. The whole atmosphere and just the speed and everything. Man, just so proud of my guys. They've been working hard and they deserve a good run here. So the track's gonna be really interesting right here. That was like threading a needle qualifying right there. It was a fine line. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it races. I know we'll have to pass a couple cars there. But yeah, should be a good show.
Well said it best, a fine line between speed there. So we'll see how it races. I tell you what, the 58 of Garrett Alverson, very fast. He's got a hot rod here early, guys.
All right, thanks a lot, Mike. Well, they are going to cross the field over and get ready for opening ceremonies and tonight's heat races. So we'll step aside and thank the folks that make this broadcast a possibility. Don't go anywhere. Opening ceremonies coming up soon, the Friday portion of the Dirt Late Model Dream here at Eldora Speedway.
Impact Race Gear is your source for custom race shirts. We are certain that you will see the same things that hundreds of racetracks, teams, organizations, and manufacturers have already discovered. When it comes to quality and service, we simply can't be beat. We are not one of those here today, gone tomorrow print shops. Impact Race Gear has been trusted for years by racers all across the country. Give your fans and sponsors what they deserve. Simply awesome race shirts. Visit us online at impactracegear.com to learn more and start your order today.
Get ready for an amazing summer tradition. Country Concert 25, Fort Loramie, Ohio, July 10th, 11th, and 12th, with Blake Shelton, Brad Paisley, you gotta get a little mud on the tire, Parker McCollum, John Party, Brantley Gilbert, Co Wetzel, 40 artists, 4 stages, deluxe camping, coolers welcome. Get tickets now at countryconcert.com.
Hey race fans, picture this, a tap house with 46 taps where you make all the choices, paying by the ounce as you try all of your favorites on our unique self-serve pouring wall. Sure Shot Tap House offers something for everyone, from crafts, ciders, and seltzers to old favorite domestics, bourbon, and wine. Oh, and let's not forget our awesome beer-inspired food menu. So race fans, while at Eldora, be sure to check out the Sure Shot Tap House. Online at SureShotTapHouse.com, just right down the road in Greenville.
This is what you save your lunch money for. Welcome to the High Limit Room.
Premier Health was first in the region. First emergency room, first ICU. We created the first ambulance in the air. We broke records. We made history. Our 110 years of experience were gained for this one split second.
We're gonna take you to Miami Valley Hospital, okay?
We were granted level 1 trauma verification, the highest level of care for critically injured and sick patients. We treat patients that other hospitals can't. We are the most experienced. Premier Health.
DMI's line of Bulldog Quick Change rears are gold standard in performance, reliability, innovation, and strength. Using the latest computer software and finite element analysis ensures the strongest and most well-engineered products in the market. The most durable made in the USA lower shafts can withstand the harshest abuse. Bulldog Easy rears present unmatched strength with forged aluminum side bells and offer unlimited possibilities for tube alignment to utilize the latest in technology advancement. Visit diversifiedracing.com to learn more about our industry-leading components.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Friday night portion of the 31st annual Dirt Late Model Dream here at Eldora Speedway, getting cars crossed over, getting heat races lined up, wrapping up track preparation here tonight. You know, everyone always asks, where do I get one of those good-looking FloRacing shirts? Where do I get my FloRacing merchandise? Well, I got it for you. Go to shopflowsports.com, or if you're watching at home, scan the QR code right there on your screen. I've got both of those shirts that you see right there. I got some hoodies. Yes, I buy it myself. James can even use his flip phone, his BlackBerry. Not a flip phone, he's got a BlackBerry set. Scan that QR code again. It takes you right to the Shop Flow Sports website. And they're pretty quick as well. Usually get that merchandise in about 7 to 10 days. Got lots of good-looking stuff on there, and they're adding lots of new things each and every day. ShopFlowSports.com for all the latest FloRacing merchandise. Well, next events for us will be with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. And they have got the Smoky Mountain Speedway Mountain Moonshine Classic coming up next weekend. James Essex, you'll be on the call with that. Brady Cup will be pit reporting this next weekend at the Roger Sellers promoted facility, June 13th and 14th. After that, the band is back together. Ben, myself, and James at the 19th annual Firecracker 100 at Lernerville Speedway, June 19th, 20th, and 21st. Atomic Speedway after a weekend off on July 4th, and the annual trip to Muskingum County Speedway on July 5th for the Freedom 60. Then we get ready for a swing through Iowa, Missouri, Iowa, and more. And that all kicks off at 34 Raceway on a Thursday. That'll be Thursday, July 10th, lucasdirt.com for all the latest news and scheduling information. And once again, every single race live here on FloRacing. Well, track preparations, again, wrapping up. The world-famous Eldora Speedway push trucks have made their way on the track. Those of you here on the grounds and watching at home can see that, and we will send it down to Ben Shelton, and it looks like he's got Matt Altiers with him.
That's right. We're down here with Matt Altiers. Now, Matt, who is going to be driving the two-seater tonight?
Devin Moran.
All right, so and if we draw the name, Abby's going to draw a name, a ticket. If they have the number, they need to go where?
To the two-seater tent in the fan zone in turn 4 within 10 minutes.
10 minutes. All right. And then tomorrow we got a mystery driver, but all we can say is it's somebody you're going to want to ride with, right?
Yes, sir. Yep, 100%.
All right. If somebody wants to go buy a ticket, same place, can they? How long are you going to be open over there tonight?
We might be over there actually while the band's going on, sell some tickets, and then my wife has a booth up here underneath the bleachers in turn 1 as well.
All right. What's the price breakout on these tickets?
So it's 1 ticket for $10, 5 tickets for $20, 20 tickets for $40, 50 tickets for $100.
All right. Well, I tell you what, Abby, let's reach in there. Let's see who gets to ride tonight with Mr. Bobby Pierce. Or Devin Moran. I'm sorry, Devin's doing it tonight. As we had one fall out, we threw it back in there. Abby, total team player, made sure that they're all in there. Everybody has an equal chance. And she has pulled the ticket out. We're going to show that here on camera. And it is ticket... There we go. That was like sideways. 340886. I didn't want to get that one number wrong. 340886. You got 10 minutes. You're on the clock. Go see Matt. He is going to get you lined up. You're going to go for a ride with Devin tonight. Meanwhile, Mike Norris, you caught up with a driver.
Yeah, I have. I'm down here with the Reaper, Ryan Gustin. A couple of wins on the season. I tell you what, they went out and did some track work. It's a little gnarly there during qualifying, but you find yourself on the front row.
Yeah, you want to hit the invert, and you get your time back or whatever for the feature. Hopefully they get it smoothed out a little bit. Obviously with the rain and everything, it's pretty choppy. I feel like I spent more time in the air than what I did on the racetrack. So hopefully we get a good jump on the start and take off and win the heat.
I tell you what would it mean to you and your team, this Infinity team as well, to pick up 30 grand here tonight?
It would mean a lot. I feel like we're getting closer. Like I said, these guys have been working really hard. This car just come out of powder coat last week, so the boys worked hard, and hopefully I can get it done for them.
Battling hard with those Outlaws. How about it for the Reaper, Ryan Gustin?
All right, Mike Norris, thanks a lot as they roll this racetrack in. And Opening ceremonies coming up here momentarily at the Eldora Speedway. That winning two-seater number you see on the video board. Over in turn number 2. And again, if you have that winning number, take it to Matt Altiers up in the fan zone, the same place that you bought the ticket if you have that winning number. Devin Moran tonight. And they have got a, I know who the mystery driver is tomorrow, and I think Matt said it best. It is definitely someone you are going to want to ride with.
You do know? I don't know. I've not heard.
It is, listen, it is a mystery driver. It is someone you will want to ride with, and it is someone that is not entered in the Dirt Late Model Dream this weekend, and I will leave it at that.
Is he still a current driver?
I cannot say anything else. I have been sworn to secrecy on this, but I promise you, this is going to be someone that it's going to be cool to see this person wheeling someone behind the wheel of the two-seater. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not allowed to say anything else.
That's all right.
We'll find out tomorrow night. All right, Mike Norris, you've caught up with someone else down in the infield. Take it away.
Yeah, the Rocket House car, Brandon Shepard. Brandon, again, I'll ask you the same thing. They're out doing track prep. Looks like a smile on your face starting on the front row. I think you like what you see out there.
Yeah, I felt pretty good all week here so far, so just excited to have a fast hot rod and be starting up front, and they're going to have us a heck of a racetrack again tonight come feature time, so hopefully we can keep this thing up front and hopefully get started up front in the feature.
We'll see what he can do starting on the front row. How about it for Brandon Shepard?
All right, thanks a lot, Mike Norris. And that means, ladies and gentlemen, you can see the world-famous Eldora push trucks have made their way to the infield. It's time to get underway with opening ceremonies. First things first, we'll toss it to the Eldora victory stage and my good friend, Ben Shelton.
Thank you very much, DJ. At this time, we're going to bring the Miss Eldora representatives to the stage, Miss Savannah and Miss Abby. Savannah, you've had time to settle into this role, one of the Miss Eldora representatives. What is your favorite part of your role as a Miss Eldora?
Oh, that's tough. There's a lot of fun things about this job. 5 years strong now. It's just so good to see everybody, like everyone comes out from all these different states to combine and enjoy the one thing we all love, racing. So I think just seeing everyone and talking to all the fans that I never get to see, probably it, yeah.
In 5 years, you've got taller, I've got shorter. I remember we were the same height. Abby, you've been doing a lot of social media. You and Savannah here at Eldora. What is your favorite thing that you've done so far on social for this event?
Well, yesterday we actually had the chance to throw Tony in a video, so that's always fun when he's here and we can have him doing fun things like that. But today, I have to say, takes the cake for my favorite. We were able to get out in the campgrounds and around the track and get some of you fans wearing a Busch Latte hat. So that will be coming to a video very soon. So I want to thank you all for that. And if you are not already following us, Eldora Speedway on all social media channels. TikTok, we've had to change it up a little bit. It is Eldora_Speedway. But we're always guaranteed to have a good time on there, so be sure to check us out, and thank you guys for your support.
Thank you so much. How about it, Abby and Savannah, the Miss Eldora representatives? Dustin Jarrett, we got a jam-packed show tonight. Tell us what we're going to be seeing when.
Absolutely. Well, next on the agenda is this evening's 4 heat races. 2 heat races for Group A, presented by iBox Springs. 2 heat races for Group B, presented by Integra Shocks and Springs. There'll be 10 laps. The top 5 out of each will transfer. We'll then have 2 Buzzy Racing Products B mains, 12 laps in distance. Top 3 out of those will advance. We'll have a 50-lap, $30,000 to win main event for tonight's show. And then after that, we will run last night's rained out program. Also 50 laps, $30,000 to win. Ben Shelton will send it back down to you.
Thank you very much, DJ. At this time, if you are able, we ask you to please rise for tonight's invocation and Star Spangled Banner. And before we jump into that, one of our own here tonight, a family very special to us, the Unger family. It is Mike Unger of a track chaplain's birthday. And while he's not doing the invocation tonight, he can hear you. So how about on the count of 3, we do a happy birthday, Mike. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday, Mike. We love the Unger family. Race fans, we love you. At this time for Dirt Racing Outreach, I'm going to bring Mr. Russ Ward to the stage for tonight's invocation.
Thank you so much, Ben. Just a quick reminder, tomorrow's chapel service at 1 p.m. We're outside of Turn 4 gate, behind the main office under the tent. Eldora's own Levi Jones will be speaking with us tomorrow. There's a lot that you don't know about Levi. Come out tomorrow and hear what Levi has to say. Everyone is welcome, 1 p.m. tomorrow, outside Turn 4 gate behind the office. If you would join me in a word of prayer. Our most gracious Heavenly Father, God, I just humbly come before you, God. I thank you, Lord, for the privilege and the honor that we have to come to you in prayer and to speak to you, God, through your Son, Jesus Christ. Lord, you love us so much that you sent him to die for each and every one of us. None of us are perfect, and God, you've made up the difference, Lord. And God, we thank you for loving us unconditionally. We thank you for providing Jesus Christ as a Savior. We thank you for providing the Holy Spirit that walks with us every day. And God, as we go into tonight's program, Lord, we each and every one of us just want mainly a safe night, Lord. We want our drivers to be able to compete and not have any injury, our crew members, our staff, and our great fans. Lord, we want nobody to walk away here injured tonight. And God, we just selfishly ask for great weather, Lord. We just ask the weather to keep pushing south so that we could get this program in tonight and just continue on with our regularly scheduled events. We thank you for those who have served this country and are serving this country, that you ask to watch over them, you keep them safe, you bring them home safely, and just be with their families in a time of need. Father, as always, we just praise you, we worship you, and we thank you, and we ask all these things in Jesus' name, and amen.
Thank you so much for us. Please remain standing. Our Star Spangled Banner tonight by Clayton Anderson.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you so much, race fans. Clayton Anderson tonight, Star Spangled Banner. The engines are coming to life behind us. It's time. It's Friday. We got 2 features. How about it? Let's go racing, Eldora.
Hey, do you know where Clayton Anderson's from?
I bet you're going to tell me. I know he's from Indiana.
Olytic, Indiana.
Oh, my.
You know who's from Olytic, Indiana?
James Essex. No.
Mark Kinzer and Carl Kinzer.
Oh, my. Oh, my.
How about that?
Clayton Kinzer Anderson.
Clayton Kinzer Anderson. His favorite late model driver growing up? John
Steve Barnett.
Gill.
Oh,
John Gill.
I was close.
Ray Gotze. Yes, there you go.
Ah, here we go. We have got 4 heat races for you, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and show them the lineup for Ibach Springs heat race number 1.
It'll be Derek Stewart. He's on the pole. He's at Ainsworth, Iowa on the outside. In the Valvoline Rocket number 1 out of New Berlin, Illinois, it'll be Brandon Shepard.
Second row back on the inside out of Prattsville, Arkansas. In the C8, that'll be Timmy Culp. And on his outside, the quick qualifier tonight in Group A out of Bakersfield, CA, the 74X is Ethan Dotson.
In the Billy Hicks Longhorn, currently leading the O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year chase in the Lucas Oil Series. The 79 out of Dawsonville, Georgia, Donald McIntosh. And on the outside, the 12 in the Ratliff entry out of Lawrenceburg, Indiana, it's racing Jason Jamison.
4th throwback on the inside in the Freddie Smith throwback out of Hampton, Georgia. It's Ashton Winger, and on his outside out of Americus, Georgia, in the 11, Alan Stick.
Malina, Oregon, the home of the 15 of Justin Duty, and on the outside, not only home of the Pataskala Dairy Queen, but Pataskala, Ohio's Clint. On this, it says Clinton Keenan, but it's Clint Keenan. He's in the Kryptonite 29.
And I promise he's not from Warsaw, Missouri either. It is Pataskala, Ohio. No doubt where the final 2 starters are from, out of Parkersburg, West Virginia. the fastest ponytail. It's fast Freddie Carpenter on his outside. Out of Sylvania, Ohio, in the 2022 Oakshade Raceway track champ, Casey Noonan. 12 drivers racing 10 laps, top 5 race their way in. Now, again, format the same as last night, James. We transfer in 5 out of 4 heat races. That gives us 20 drivers,
yes,
okay?
Sir.
Those 20 drivers are then ranked 1 through 20 based on the points they accumulated tonight. So based on how well they qualified and where they finished in their heats. The high point man will spin the wheel of inversion, or the wheel of misfortune, rather. Whatever number lands on that wheel of misfortune, that determines how many are inverted in that top 20. Did you follow all that?
Yes.
I'm going to work on simplifying this for next year. That is my goal. 16 years doing that. I'm going to work on simplifying this.
Well, we're supposed to have
year.
a split field, right? We're got them all tonight. Tonight, 2 features.
Oh, is that
back to back? 50. What do we have?
I see Miss Abby and Miss Savannah tossing T-shirts out into the crowd.
Yes, come on.
Yes, grab a T-shirt. Hey, how about keep the young race fans in mind as well as they throw these? Everybody loves a free T-shirt. Let's keep the kids in mind. Keep those young race fans near and dear to you. As Miss Abby and Miss Savannah throw those T-shirts.
Better arm than Aaron Rodgers.
Pittsburgh Steelers, sign them up.
60-year-old Aaron Rodgers back with the Steelers. Congratulations to the Baltimore Ravens, the AFC Central champions this year. Holy cow.
As always,
Derek Stewart.
Yes.
Not related to the boss.
No, not related to Tony Stewart. Not at all. He's on the pole. Brandon Shepard on the outside. Barney Craig, not in this race, but he is behind the wheel of the Eldora Speedway Ford Raptor pace truck. They're going to go green flag racing this time by 10 laps, top 5 advance. This is iBox Springs heat race number 1.
At the opening, green is out. Rick Monroe, Rob Penrod on the flag stand here at Eldora. Derek Stewart up, slides up, and Shepard on and high, cleared him. They bore down and they worked this track, and it looks good right now into turn number 3. Shepard lead, Derek Stewart on the bottom. Here comes Ethan Dotson trying to gain some value points. Jameson throws the slider. Oh, man, in on Culp, and they get together. That could have been really bad, right?
Oh, my goodness.
They got it straight down to Culp into the back.
Duty
of the 00. Here comes Justin Duty. That great run in Marshalltown, but he's going to slip back another spot. Meanwhile, Brandon Shepard has the lead. Holy cow.
What do you say, James? We need the quadruple
Hey, this is
box.
Eldora, man, right?
I don't know what to say.
This is Eldora. This is
mean,
the Mecca. Brandon Shepard. He's won the Dirt Late Model Dream. He's leading heat number 1 right now in that Valvoline Durham Ford.
I mean, if Brandon Shepard, trouble for Ashton Winger in the Freddie Smith throwback, and that will bring out the caution. 3 in the book, 7 to go.
Oh, man, that Fusion chassis for Jeff Matthews. He makes the left-hand turn to the infield. The driver, that
trouble
Freddie
for Freddie
Carpenter off the track
yeah.
as well. Oh, look out.
Randy, we saw those guys, and Ashton Winger definitely a main one, bouncing, getting into the corner. What kind of parts does that put in jeopardy at these speeds?
That puts everything in jeopardy. I mean, what happens, guys, that top is so soft and tractioned up, and, you know, obviously moisture, and then you're entering on the hard part of the racetrack that we raced on last night, and you're just in a death slide. So the lower you go to miss the hole, and then when you're sliding to the right and then finally hit the cushion, that's when J-bars, rear ends, ball joints, driver, everything is just hanging on at that point. But I'm telling you, these guys are really good at it, and they can do it by themselves, but when you're out there 2 and 3 wide, it gets awful tight in a hurry.
Hey, Randy, real quick, you nailed it. He's got parts and pieces hanging out from underneath that, so I'm going to guess either J-bar, drive shaft, something like that. You nailed it, man.
Yeah, most of the time when the J-bar breaks, the second thing is the drive shaft. So it just what holds the rear end in the center of the car, and when it moves over, it pulls it right out of the transmission.
Yeah, and you saw him bouncing into the corner. Bad luck for a Georgia driver there. As we talk about Georgia, also condolences down there to the Croft family down there, going through some tough times today. So definitely thinking about the Croft family. Please keep them in your thoughts and prayers. And I tell you what, you hate to see that for Ashton Winger. A lot of memories on that 2000 flashback car, or should I say throwback car to Freddie Smith, where he won his second Dirt Late Model Dream in that wrap.
And that was with his dad, Gary Winger.
Right,
on
right,
the crew,
absolutely.
Yeah.
How Culp and Culp was almost sideways, right? And he probably was sideways. And they got it straightened back out. So we do have 3 laps in the books, right? And
yes,
Shepard, your leader, Derek Stewart. Again, it's double file restart here at Eldora all the way through.
Yeah, and the front row looks like, looks the same as they did just a few laps ago with Derek Stewart on the inside. Brandon Shepard, your race leader, though, he chooses the outside lane. 3 scored, 7 to go. iBox brings heat number 1's back underway.
And Stewart slips up, going to the bottom. Dotson will go to second. Again, the Dotson can get the most points. He had the most points in qualifying in Group A, but down the back straightaway. Here comes McIntosh. In the 79, the Billy Hicks Longhorn, he's up to 4th. Down the main straightaway, Shepard has the lead in 1. He's led from the start of this race.
Yeah, boy, I tell you what, man, they are really hopping through 1 and 2 right now. D-Mac, oh, man, he makes contact. He and Stewart make contact. Stewart in the wall, and that will bring out the caution flag again with 4 laps in the books. Derek Stewart coming off of turn number 2 was moving up the racetrack. Didn't know, I don't believe that he knew that the 79 was still there and the 43 ends up in the outside wall, guys.
Yeah, guys, and Donald McIntosh, flat left front tire on the 79 car, current Rookie of the Year point leader with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. And yeah, and he's also got body damage on the side of that entry.
And he'll have to come down to the hot pit, the 79 car. There's a couple of looks for you here at the racetrack and at home on what happened to the Ainsworth, Iowa driver. Been running super late models the last couple of years. McIntosh makes his way to the pit area, DJ. McIntosh, you see, got up in the fluff, came down, and they got together.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
Nobody's fault.
Stewart was coming up the racetrack where you come off the corner, and McIntosh was wrestling that car. A good look right there. McIntosh was wrestling that car back down the racetrack, and they came together, and the end result is a flat left front on the 79, and the 43 ends up in the outside wall.
And guys, before we go over to Mike Norris real fast, they're going to change that left front. Meanwhile, Derek Stewart right front is towed out on the 43. Mike Norris, over to you.
Yeah, wild ride for the 00 Ashton Winger. Ashton, you're okay out of the car, but man, a little wild ride. What happened underneath the 00?
I just got the drive shaft, J-bar, probably the lift bar, just pretty much how we spin, pretty much how every single trip I come up here goes. So, shit happens.
Well, get it back together, see if we can get this 00 put back together out here for B-Main, guys.
And guys, they're down here working on the 79 on McIntosh. So get a new left front on there. The body is mangled on that race car. Derek Stewart out of the party here tonight. He's got his helmet off. Right side of the front of that nose is bent in. So the tire's towed out. Gonna get a quick word. Derek, man, that was a tough ride there. What happened? And is everything okay from the driver's seat at least?
I mean, McIntosh jumps the cushion and then drives it clear across the fucking racetrack. Hits me in the right rear and fences me. It just, good run going, just frustrating. People gotta drive over their head. Not using common sense.
All right, Derek Stewart dejected down here. We're back underway.
All right, back underway. By the way, there are no courtesy laps. Matt Curl said that at the driver's meeting. McIntosh didn't make it back out.
There's also no courtesy seconds on the delay button here either.
No.
Oh, it's Brandon Shepard, Timmy Culp, Ethan Dotson, Justin Duty, and Jason Jameson right now, your top 5, James. Hey. What's your favorite 4-letter word?
Oh,
no.
Man, look out.
You've gotta be
turn
kidding
2,
me.
and Allen Stick.
Jameson with a flat left front. Man, what is going on here tonight?
Guys, I hope they fueled him up for this first heat race. We may have to have an open red. Jameson is limping down to the infield pit area. And man, I tell you what, a lot of good cars getting torn up in this first heat. Jameson has got a lot of left side damage on this number 12 car, the Ratliff Racing entry. Scratch that. He's got damage on all 4 corners, as I don't think he's going to make it back out.
Yes. Yes, we are only in Heat 1. Jameson's going to call it a race. He's back to the pit. That's a brand new Longhorn. He debuted last week at Brownstown.
Well, I mean, we're down
third
to
there, yeah.
2, 4, 6, 7 cars. And I mean, again, this is why you pull these cars into the hot pit and work on them. Donald McIntosh, who had that flat left front and damage on the left side of that race car, he's back out on the racetrack and basically 1 spot out of a transfer right now with still half the race left to go.
Guys, Allen Stick is back here as well. He's not going to be able to get this 11 machine into the infield safely. I think we're going to need a wrecker. Here's the replay.
And Jamison, oh man, yeah. Nothing Alan Stick could do right there.
Nope.
Nothing at all Alan Stick could do. Jamison gets up above the cushion, and that's somewhat similar, James, to what happened to McIntosh. He tries to wrestle that car off the cushion, and when he does, Stick just happened to be right there. Tough break.
Randy, there's obviously, there's holes in the racetrack. There's a thick cushion right now, but is some of this a factor of both how fast the racetrack is, but how much freed up these guys have had to make these race cars?
Well, I think mostly like Jamison, he was up above the black there, up in the rough stuff, and making time. Same way with McIntosh. But what happens is all these guys, when you're up there, you got to be on three-wheel brake. So three-wheel brake makes the car turn a lot quicker on the brake getting in the corner. So they get up in the good stuff, and they're wide open, and then last second they realize they got to get back down or they're going to hit the wall, and it jerks them out in the track.
Explain this really fast. If you're up in the cushion, why do you have to be on three-wheel brake?
Well, just because you got so much grip, the car won't turn. So when you mash your brake pedal, the left front and the two rear actually put the brakes on. You have nothing on the right front, which pulls the car to the left. So you see those guys get up there and get committed, and then at the last second they jam the brake. It jerks them to the left, and it does it too much, and here comes the rest of the guys.
Hey guys, all Weaver all the time down here. I just learned something. I've heard three-wheel brakes. I guess I assumed the left front didn't have the brakes, so there you go, learning things.
Down there after contact with Jamison. So we've got 5 down, 5 to go, and we started with 12, and we've got 7.
Well,
so 5 down, 5 to go, 5 out. Right?
Let's. We need a PSG here, James.
Yeah.
Well,
all right, here we go.
Yeah, the reshuffled lineup. Shep leads. Timmy Culp second. Ethan Dotson third. Justin Duty fourth. And now Clint Keenan finds himself in the final transfer spot. McIntosh not out of it, neither is Casey Noonan. 7 cars remain, 5 laps to go. Ibach Springs, heat race number 1, back underway.
And on the outside, good restart by Keenan. Into 1, Culp working the bottom. Shepard still leads. Dotson runs in second. Or Culp runs in second. No, Culp is back to third. Dotson is second. We haven't got this lap in yet, so we'll see. It is Shepard, Dotson, Culp, Keenan, Justin Duty, your top 5.
Absolutely, it is right now. On the outside looking in is Donald McIntosh, Justin Duty in that final transfer spot. That is 3rd and 4th on your screen. Timmy Culp in the C6. Clint Keenan in the 29 out front. Brandon Shepard leads by 0.7 of a second. 3 to go.
Chin up there in 2. 1 and 2 blown up against the wall. We'll see what happens here. We got 3 to go, 2 to go coming up. Dotson trying to close on Shepard. Shepard has been leading from the start of this race. 2 laps to go next time around. Ethan Dotson second. 3rd remains Timothy Culp at his return to Eldora in the C8.
Battle for the final transfer spot there, James, on the right side of your screen. Meanwhile, the white flag's out. Final time around for the lead duo of Brandon Shepard and Ethan Dotson. We'll keep both cameras up as Justin Duty tries to fend off the challenges of Donald McIntosh in that battle for the final transfer. James, Shep looks good here in Heat 1.
The Valvoline Swebert Calf Ranch is number 1. He'll take the checkers first. 2nd is going to be Dotson. 3rd is going to be Culp. 4th is Keenan. 5th by a car length is Justin Duty.
Going to be Donald McIntosh 6th, and Casey Noonan rounds out the drivers that finish this one in 7th. Duty 5th, Keenan 4th, Culp 3rd, Dotson 2nd, and there's your winner. Out of New Berlin, Illinois, in the Valvoline, Swabert Calf Ranches, Petroff Towing, Performance Grading, Ace Metalworks, Gunners Honey, Franklin Enterprises, Fox Shock sponsored Rocket One. How about it, ladies and gentlemen, for the 2019 Dirt Late Model Dream winner? Out of New Berlin, Illinois, Brandon Shepard.
They put a new engine in the number 1 car, getting ready for tonight. 9-time Dirt Late Model Dream starter, the winner in 2019. As DJ said, he was 5th a year ago. 2 wins on the year, the only 5-time World of Outlaw champion, defending champion of that series, former FloRacing Night in America champion. And he picks up the win tonight in Ibach Heat Race number 1. We'll get a Coltman Farms interview here with Brandon Shepard. Brandon, this racetrack's throwing a lot of curveballs at people tonight. What is the most challenging part of it right now for you?
Really, the main part is it's a little choppy getting into 1 on the top, but nothing this thing couldn't handle, man. We've had a really fast hot rod all week. We just had a little bit of tough luck Wednesday night. We had some stuff to fix, and the boys worked their tails off, got everything back together for me, and gave me another fast race car again tonight. So we're just going to try to keep this thing up front. Track's pretty cushion dominant right now, but I think it'll come around for the feature.
He went 28th to 12th back on Wednesday. He wins Integra Shocks. He won Brandon Shepard.
All right. Ibach Springs Heat 2 very quickly as they're about to go green. Gustin and Ebert in row 1. Mills and Sorensen in row 2. Feger and Bruning in row 3. McCready, Ford, Gilpin, Daniels, Dickinson. 11 drivers racing 10 laps. Top 5 will transfer. Ibach Springs Heat 2. James is going green in turn 4.
At the opening, we are underway. And with that 4 invert, Sorensen was second fastest in Group A. Gustin's going to throw it in on the bottom, slides up top. Here comes the Minnesota rookie, Dan Ebert, right behind him. Iowa, Minnesota, and Minnesota. And that's not Willie Kraft either of Minnesota,
oh my,
right?
The 83.
As we come up in turn 4, 1 in the books.
1 lap down, and it's Ryan. Got to look at that, a pair of 19s out there. James with a 60 in the middle, the fastest 60 since who?
Who do you got?
I don't know anybody. Someone,
we need a 60.
Someone let us know who the fastest 60. Right now it's Dan Ebert. Ryan Gustin, your leader by 0.6 of a second over Ebert. And so look at the, is this a USMTS race? I mean, Ryan Gustin, Dan Ebert, Dustin Sorensen. Shout out to you, Todd Staley, Trey Mills, Tyler Bruning, rounding out the top 5.
Out of 2, Dan Ebert. Again, he was here one time in 2013 for a UMP Modified Nationals race. First time in a late model. First full year in a super late model. He's third in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year chase in the Lucas Oil Series. Gustin currently third in the World of Outlaw Series, and that Infinity by Wells. Bruning trying to take a shot there on Trey Mills. Down the back straightaway. Again, the top 5 transfer.
Battle on the left or on the right side of your screen, rather, for the 7th position. As you saw, Jason Feger wrestle that away from the S21 of Seth Daniels. Not missing anything at the front of the field. Ryan Gustin continues to lead by 0.7 of a second over Dan Ebert. The battle on your screen right now is the battle for the final transfer. McCready is on the outside looking in, but James, he's closing quickly on the Golden Beard.
McCready will throw it in on the inside, and that Briggs transport long, and he'll drift up the track. Bruning leaves him room. Bruning with the crossover. Down the back straightaway. And now McCready moves to the final transfer spot. It is all Ryan Gustin all the time with the lead in that Todd Cooney Motorsports number 19R. Dan Ebert still second. Dustin Sorensen, Trey Mills, Tim McCready. McCready now pulling away from Bruning, and then Fager behind him. Off in turn number 4. 2 laps to go for the Reaper.
Yeah, Sorensen just scrubbed off a lot of speed. He jumped the cushion down in turn 2, James. That allowed Trey Mills to close the gap considerably on him. That's the battle on the right side of your screen. But Ryan Gustin, what number is he in your list of favorite Gustins?
He's right there.
He's right there.
Right
Move
there.
over Jimmy, Janae, and Richie. Move over Ryan's son, Braden. Ryan Gustin out front in this one. Final time around. 1.2 seconds the advantage for the driver out of Marshalltown, Iowa. Through 3 and 4 for the final time. Checkered flag in the air. The Reaper, Ryan Gustin, going to win Ibach Springs. Heat 2, Dan Ebert second. Dustin Sorensen third. Trey Mills fourth. And Timmy McCready will grab the final transfer over Bruning, Feger, Daniels, Ford, Gilpin. So it's McCready 5th, Mills 4th, Sorensen 3rd, Ebert 2nd. There's your winner. In the Wells & Sons Motorsports, Todd Cooney Racing, Carl Auto Group, Allen Seamless Gutters, Hoker Trucking, Fertilizer Equipment, Birdie Farm sponsored. Number 19R, the 34-year-old out of Marshalltown, Iowa. How about a round of applause for the 2-time USMTS champion, the Reaper, Ryan Gustin.
You guys wanted some 60s. How about Arkansas's Mike Bowers, the McDonald's number 60, and Gar Dixon, the veteran out of Georgia. There's a couple of 60s coming at you, and probably about 100 more on social media we're about to get hit with. Ryan Gustin, 2 wins on the year, 3rd in the World of Outlaw standings, 3 dream starts. His best finish at 20 back in 2023. He likes it a little aggressive. Ryan, with the way the racetrack is tonight, how important is it to get a good qualifying lap and win this heat race?
It's everything. Track's not really treacherous up on the wheel on that cushion there. We broke some in the right front about halfway through that heat, so I'm not sure what we got going on there, but go to work and see what we can do.
If he broke something, he was that fast, they might be in trouble. Ryan Gustin picks up the win in Ibach Heat 2.
Ben Shelton, Gar Dixon from Flintstone, Georgia.
Oh,
Right?
that's right. And he also, I think he promoted at North Georgia Speedway
That
for a
is
while.
correct, right?
There you go.
Yeah, I love it.
All right, heat number 3 coming up, brought to you by Integra Racing Shocks. It'll be 10 laps, top 5 transfer. The front row, a pair of drivers that have never won a Crown Jewel race at Eldora. Is this the weekend? On the pole will be the 44 and the GR Smith entry. Out of Great Court, South Carolina, to be Chris Smokey Madden on the outside. The current Lucas Oil Late 100 Series points leader. In the 20 RT out of Chandler, Arizona, it's Ricky Thornton Jr.
I mean, look at these first 2 rows. Behind
man.
them, it's going to be the driver out of Blairsville, Georgia, the 3-time Dirt Late Model Dream champion, Superman Jonathan Davenport on his outside. In the Kennebec Roberts Racing, number 58 from Las Cruces, New Mexico, that's Garrett Alberson.
Row 3 on the inside out of Deckard, Tennessee. In the Riggs Motorsports entry, the 81F is Jayden Freeman on the outside. In the Colt Miller JCM Motorsports car, out of Meridian, Mississippi, it's Spencer Hughes.
4th row back on the inside out of Zebulon, Georgia. In the number 25, that is going to be the 2012 Dirt Late Model Dream champion, Shane Clanton on his outside. Out of Mount Vernon, Iowa, current Malvern Mankey Series points leader, Chad Simpson.
Row 5, last year's Hunt the Front Super Dirt Series Rookie of the Year. It'll be Jackson Heist, the 388 of Ocala, Florida, and it'll be the Little Head Knocker, the 88. He is out of Union, South Carolina. That is Trent Ivy.
And your final 2 starters, Brandon Moore out of Bryan, Ohio, in the number 39, and Cody Overton. They were able to get the backup car out, make repairs. He will start shotgun on the field in the Deuce.
All right, 10 in the show. We'll take 10 more out of the next 2 heats. In 2B mains, the top 3 out of those 26 cars, starting the first feature night. Again, last night's makeup race. That'll be later on. It'll be the last show of the night. Again, that'll be $30,000 to win as well.
What about this lineup? Madden, Thornton, Davenport, and Alberson, your first 4 starters.
Somebody probably had them on dirt trap right at this same heat race. And there you go. There's a great view, of course, at the Mecca here again tomorrow. 1 o'clock dirt racing outreach on the outside of turn 4, outside the gate up there. Then was at 3:30 the autograph session, and then you have the drivers meeting after the autograph session, and then we go tomorrow night live here on Flow at what time? Do we have that straightened out yet?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Waiting
We'll make
word.
it
Track will make an announcement on start times by the end of the night tonight or first thing tomorrow.
Check it out, the Eldora Speedway Facebook page.
There you go.
Website, EldoraSpeedway.com. Yes, Ben.
Now, real quick, it's me.
Norris.
49 Jonathan Davenport. We saw Wednesday night, did go to a backup car. He's went back to the original race car. So, and one of the 60s I got. How about it? I want to send a big shout out to Joe Watson. Joe Watson at Fairbury, number 60.
Of course, Joe Watson. Who could forget him?
I remember Gar Dixon. I do.
Do you remember Joe Watson from the Racing Watson family?
Sure. All right, the Eldora Speedway pace truck.
There's a good look at the Dave Poskey's Performance Parts speed shot as they parade around the front straightaway. What? You're going to go 2 more laps, I do believe.
You said that Group B.
Oh, man. And how about the next
How about
race
the next one? You've got Jordan Kohler and Dylan Thornton.
Let's go.
And then
I'm here for
Overton,
it.
Brandon Overton, Marler, Whitener, Dillard, Bales, English. Oh, my. Here we go. It'll be 10 laps, top 5 transfer, the inverted 4 in this one. Alberson, the quickest in Group B and the quickest overall at the opening in turn 4. We are underway. Oh, not a good start for Chris Madden, DJ.
Nope, he's going to slide back immediately in this one. Is RTJ going to get the early advantage? Davenport. Madden continues to slide back as he tries to get his feet under him. Yes, we know that's a drink. At the end of lap number 1, it's going to be Ricky Thornton Jr., your race leader.
Whoa, man. Jayden Frame was way up there. He was in Dayton. He brings it back down the back straightaway. Out in front, it's RTJ, the Kohler Motorsports 20 RT, the defending Lucas Oil champion. Again, he has never won a crown jewel race here at Eldora. Is this the weekend he can get his first dream? Down the back straightaway, Jonathan Davenport. They are the top 2 in the Lucas Oil late model points. Garrett Alberson is 5th in points as they come off of turn 4. Thornton showing the way in the 20 RT.
I mean,
now, if he wins tonight, he may just come right back up here for that second feature.
I talked to him. I talked to him tonight. He said he is. If he can get up here through the mass sea of humanity that is Eldora Speedway, we will get some officials to help get him up here. But first things first, Jonathan Davenport. Well, he's got to win the feature in this heat race, James. Jonathan Davenport closing the gap quickly on the right side of your screen. That's the battle for fourth. Spencer Hughes has it. Chris Madden wants it.
Hopefully he remembers the passcode. Into one. Thorne's going to slide up the track. It's getting wider and wider out there. It's still a little bit treacherous, obviously. Into turn 3 as they'll put a lap on the 39 to Brandon Moore. The top 2 into Lucas Oil points. The top 2 are in heat number 3 down the main straightaway. Davenport not out of it yet. Davenport's going to throw it down on the bottom. They're side by side in turn 2. Thornton still has the advantage of that top group. Down the back straightaway, they'll have 3 to go. Third is Alberson. Fourth is Hughes. Fifth is Madden. How about a shout out to Spencer Hughes and a brand new rocket? Here comes the Georgia Bulldog.
He did. He just took that final transfer spot away from Smokey Madden. It's official this time by the scoring loop. Clanton up to 5th. That lead, oh my goodness, how about that lead duo? I mean, they are just spanking the field in this one. They've got a full straightaway advantage over your third place car, Garrett Alberson. 2 to go.
That's a new car, Spencer Hughes. They just got it from Rocket this week. And right now, Ricky Thornton Jr. and Jonathan Davenport out at turn number 4. That'll be the white flag, 1 to go. Garrett Alberson solid in third. Hughes, here comes Clanton. Shane Clanton has returned to Eldora. He's only run a few races here this year. Right now, he's got the 5th and final transfer spot on the final lap.
Checkered flag in the air in this one. It's going to be RTJ, Ricky Thornton Jr. getting the win. Jonathan Davenport second. Garrett Albertson third. Fourth spot will go to Spencer Hughes, and Shane Clanton will round out your transfer cars in 5th. Madden, Frame, Simpson, Ivy, Heiss. On the outside looking in, Shane Clanton 5th, Spencer Hughes 4th, Garrett Alberson 3rd, Jonathan Davenport 2nd, and your winner. Out of Chandler, Arizona, the Ultimate Towing and Recovery Elite Ready Mix Capital Waste Certified Inspection Services, Coltman Farms, Poker Trucking, Knights Company sponsored entry. Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for the 20RT, Ricky Thornton Jr.
As he gets set to roll our way again, coming off that $50,000 there at Eagle, that high bank heist. It is, they mentioned Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series point leader coming into the weekend. Again, your champion a year ago, 44 career wins on that series. And we'll talk to him, a demanding racetrack here tonight. He kept Jonathan Davenport behind him. Tell you what, Ricky, you change up your line there with 2 to go. You kept the 49 behind you. Demanding racetrack. Congratulations. What do you think for tonight?
I don't know if that was a heat race or a main lineup. I didn't realize JD was in it too, but I feel decent there. Obviously, JD is a little better getting in turn 1 than I was. You can kind of use the board to gauge a little bit. Looked like he could just enter a little bit harder, a little bit straighter than I could. So got a little bit of work to do, but overall, really I just wanted to run top 5 there. Really didn't know exactly what was going to happen at the start with me and Matt, and just he's so good at the starts and stuff like that. So I knew if I got a good start and got out in front of him, I'd be in good shape. But after that, it was kind of run as hard as you could without wrecking the thing.
RTJ wins Heat 3, guys. Back up for you, Heat 4 coming up.
One more lap under caution. Could Thornton go back to back? Could there be a Thornton go back to back? Right?
Not related.
Not related. The Coney Summer 13. On the outside, the Dirt Racing Technologies car, Dylan Thornton, Belle Plaine, Iowa. The pole is the 114, the Kohler Motorsports entry. Out of Mount Airy, North Carolina, that is Jordan Kohler.
Road, that's the first time you've ever gone outside to inside. Row 2 on the inside is going to be Evans, Georgia's Brandon Overton in the 76 on his outside. Out of Winfield, Tennessee, the Winfield Warrior, Mike Marlar.
It'll be Mark Winder, the Magic Man. He's out of Middleburg, Florida in 5, and Cade Dillard, Robeline, Louisiana in 97.
Ross Bales and the Barbarinos 11 on his outside. The 96 is Tanner English.
And you have Brody Smith, the 17 SR, Clayton Bryant, the 114. Dustin Nobby, a no-show. All right, Kohler and Thornton.
He's there, found him, Nobby.
Oh, Dustin is out there.
Yes.
In the Nobby Miller Shop 5 in at the opening. Here we go. Green is out.
I'll tell you what, James, this one could get juicy, my friend.
Wow.
Oh, Dilly.
Oh, man, he drove it right in there. That's going to be a redo.
Well,
they're supposed to fire at the opening, and I think they fired before that. Did the one, I think, so that's unofficial, and see who gets charged with that, and it's going to be the 114, I believe. Got to fire at the opening. They're told that in the driver's meeting, so that'll move Kohler back a spot. It'll put Overton on hold.
So you're Dylan Thornton, and you've got Jordan Kohler alongside you, and accomplished in his own right, the 23-year-old. He goes back a row, and now you're Dylan Thornton. All of a sudden, you got the 3-time Dirt Late Model Dream champion Brandon Overton alongside.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah, defending Hunt the Front Series champion, the Heartbeat Hot Sauce. All right. Outside Dylan Thornton, that Cody Summer Dirt Racing Technologies. He was picked by Cody Summer to drive this. Out of how many people wanted to drive this car? We're trying to put it in to a 30,000 to win A-Main here tonight in a turn one, his first time at Eldora.
Going to try to take that line away from Brandon Overton, and he does so. Gets a good run off the corner. Can he stay up front for 10 laps? We'll see. Look at Mark Whitener on the bottom.
Oh, Mark Whitener.
Baby.
Man, he threw it into Tampa. Whitener.
It's the wrong direction.
Whitener is not. Look, Whitener.
Good night. I told you this one's going to get juicy, man. I mean,
he don't have the Magic Man nickname for nothing, does he? Because that guy, he will take, man, in the wall, jump the cushion. Austin Kirkpatrick's 11. Ross Bales, the caution is out. Oh, my.
Oh, man. Tough break for the driver of the Bobberino's Pizza, Race Engines, and Asian Spa, Paco's Tacos. Number 11 AK, and we will take a look at the instant replay and see what happened. Instant replay presented by 5-Star Race Car Bodies. Oh,
yeah.
Randy Weaver, as you look at that, did he? You think when that slider happened, did the air come off the nose of the 11?
Yeah, and that's definitely, everybody's committed. When you touch a cushion like that, you got to have your foot to the radiator, and when somebody slides right across your nose, you don't even have time to react. And as you can see, he just lost his steering, and then you're along for the ride.
The graphics on that car, that is wild, isn't it? Austin Kirkpatrick, the car owner.
Well, if you look at it long enough, it'll hypnotize you, is what Austin Kirkpatrick told me.
Like Scott Bloomquist's mud plug.
That's right. That's a, all jokes aside, man, that's a tough break. Bale's a likable driver, and
he looked good out at the Wild West Shootout, didn't he?
He did. He really did. And Austin Kirkpatrick, he's a national treasure, man. I mean,
he's a good guy.
He is. He's a good dude. He builds those race cars. He's got an incredibly quirky sense of humor, and I think we've got maybe one more look at this from the drone, guys.
He got right behind Dillard, and then he got into the cushion, and that was. Yeah, just a, yeah.
Oh man, when that nose dug in up there.
Yeah.
I mean.
Well, I mean, this cushion is built that you could plant corn in this cushion right now. Randy, once you get in there, is there anything literally you can do, or is it just over?
No, it's pretty much over. If you could imagine going down in the corner and then just undoing the steering wheel off the shaft, that's basically what you do. I mean, you're just hanging on to the steering wheel. And one thing I wanted to say real quick, I know we don't do this a lot, but a friend of mine, Nick Perry, back at I-75 Speedway, his grandfather, they call him Pops, turned 93 yesterday, and he is at the race shop every single day and at the racetrack every weekend. Man, if I ever make it to 93, I'd like to be able to do that, but just happy birthday to Pops.
Yeah, that's the backbone of our sport right there. Generations, families, and man, you hate to see that for Austin Kirkpatrick. Paco's going to sell a lot of tacos to rebuild the nose on that race car. And if you ever need a good laugh, go by and see that Kirkpatrick team in the pit area. Is very dry humor, but there's always plenty of humor. But right now, some hard times for the 11.
Ben, there was talk at one point that maybe Two Short Guys announcing company was going to be on the side of that.
Well, they're definitely going to want that check right now. I can tell you that.
All right. Well,
I'd like to meet Pop sometime, wouldn't you? Between he and Red Farmer, they're both over 90, right? They've seen a lot of racing, haven't they?
Yeah, that is true.
Well, Red Farmer probably worked 18 hours today and is trying to get somewhere to race tonight. They don't make them like Red anymore.
No,
and
you are correct.
Happy birthday to you, Pops.
All right, here we go. We've got two in the books. It's Dylan Thornton, Brandon Overton.
And you know Dilly wanted a PSG, right? I mean, he was out at the front of the, he was like, man, I got to do this again. This is where I would love to see the choose cone here, because you know how good the top side is, right? Wouldn't it be cool to see the choose cone here and see how many guys, like, you could have 4 or 5 guys in a row choose the top.
Yeah, wouldn't it be funny if they put it out there and every single one chose the top?
It's going to happen at some point. Here we come. Overton, Dylan Thornton back underway, 2 in the books.
Good start for Dilly.
You got to keep it right there. Hit that cushion just right, Overton. He'll diamond it off down the back straightaway. Here comes Winder 3 wide. Mark Winder. Man, he had taken no prisoners as the 5, and he gets into the cushion. Behind him is Kohler. Here comes Marlar.
He just drove that thing to the St. Henry nightclub and the Cozy Cabin Coffee Company up the road.
Marlar.
Good night.
Mikey Marlar. He's throwing it in there on Kohler. Up front.
Oh, no.
Oh, God. Oh, man. How did Tanner English miss him? The caution is out. Oh, my. Wow. When you're coming off that turn 4, you got that blind spot down there. Tanner English did a great job of avoiding that, guys.
Guys, I'm going to tell you right now, if we had the choose cone and you put it out there, everybody goes to the top, that 5 of Mark Whitener is going to go to the inside, and you better buckle up in turn 1 because he's coming to the top. He is throwing some serious sliders on both ends of this racetrack.
I want to know what's going through Dylan Thornton's mind, man. I mean, here he is out at the front of this field on the high side trying to fend off a 3-time Dirt Late Model Dream champ.
I feel like he's probably going through his mind is throw the checkered flag. Throw the checkered flag. He's doing a great job, and Cody Summer designed this race car, Randy, and it's looking strong right now, the DRT.
Well, something else to keep in mind, Cody told me right before they qualified that they had electrical fire, and they went in there and had to unhook the helmet blower. And so now you're out on a track like this, don't have a helmet blower, and hoping the checkered flag will fall.
Well, the good news is he's holding his breath all the way around it right now, I think. Hey, one thing we know, DJ, Dylan Thornton, he is not intimidated. We saw him, we saw him race with us out at Flow Night in America at Marshalltown and made the show. And then at Eagle Raceway got his first Lucas Oil win. And Ricky Kai is here in the pit area, the driver that he drives for on that SLMR tour and some of the open stuff. And I know Ricky's got to be really proud. And shout out to Ricky and Brenda Kai for giving a guy like Dylan Thornton a shot at late models. And now it's brought him to the big stage with Cody Summer.
Absolutely, Ben. Real quick, they're going to take a look at this 5-star bodies replay, see what happened to Jordan Kohler here before we go back to Green Flag Racing. And he just got up on that cushion, and the car over-rotates coming off the corner. I have no idea how Tanner English missed him. My goodness.
All right, here, double final restart. 4 laps scored. We still got 6 to go in the final heat of the night. Here they come, Thornton. Here comes Whitener. You know neither one of them's going to back out of it. Mark Whitener goes to the outside of Thornton. Outside of Overton. Mark Whitener, you know what's coming. Not right now, but it's coming up. Dylan Thornton hanging on. That Dirt Racing Technologies Hellraiser Jacks 13.
I mean, Whitener looks like it's Ocala out there.
Looks like it's Ocala. Down the there's Overton. Brandon Overton runs 3rd. Dylan Thornton. Cody Summer picked him. What has it been, a month ago? How many applicants did they have to drive this car? 500 or so.
Yes, might as well.
And it looks pretty good right now down the back straightaway.
And it might as well have been 5,000. Thornton, if you're not familiar with him, incredibly accomplished. As Ben mentioned, he's won the Boone Super Nationals in a stock car. He won it last year in a modified. He's won it in a late model. 9 wins this year, 6 of those in a late model. As the 5 gets over the cushion in turn 2, he falls back to 3rd, moves Overton up to the 2nd spot, this time by 2 to go. Dylan Thornton looking good.
How excited was he to win a Lucas Oil Heat out of the Eagle, the Malvern Bank High Bank Heist? And he ran in the top, 3 of that race for a long time. And right now, he is in front at Eldora with 1 lap to go to his first preliminary. It's going to pay $30,000 to win. We don't know where he's going to start. Final lap.
Hang on, Billy.
Job. He's got a good lead down the back straightaway, Dustin Jarrett.
They head down the back straightaway for the final time. Brandon Overton closing fast, but it's going to be too little, too late. The winner of Integra Shocks and Springs, heat race number 4, Dylan Thornton. Brandon Overton 2nd. Mark Whitener hangs on for 3rd. Tanner English 4th. And Mike Marlar picks up the final transfer. Jordan Kohler rallies to 6th. Brody Smith 7th. Kate Dillard 8th. Clayton Bryant 9th in this one. So Marlar 5th, English 4th, Whitener 3rd, Overton 2nd. And your winner in the Dirt Racing Technologies Hawk Farms, Hellraiser Jacks, Duval Electric, Pee-wee's Wrecker Service sponsored DRT Race Car, originally out of Orcutt, California, now calls Belle Plaine, Iowa home. If you've got one, raise them up, Eldora. Dilly Dilly, Dylan Thornton.
Awesome. This is why we did it last night. We saw all those guys. Man, what a win. SMOR wins. Again, he was with us in the Mars Tour. Okada 34 Raceway. And now we get a chance on the grandest of stage here with the Dirt Late Model Dream. Get him in there, Dylan. I tell you what, we were out there at 34 Raceway. You were dejected, walking with your head down through the pit area. I said, keep your head up. Things are going to get better. Cody Summer calls, and here you are on Flow, a winner at Eldora Speedway with the 31st Dirt Late Model Dream, baby. It don't get no better than this.
Yeah, this is incredible. I mean, what they're doing here in general for racing is so cool, and it's such an honor to just even be the one to get the call. And there's such a great group of people: Cody, Emma, Dylan, Charlie. Man, Charlie busts his butt on this thing, and it's honestly a pretty neat race car. If you can't tell by looking at it, I was a little dejected on Wednesday. Kind of didn't really have a good night, but so far off to a good start tonight.
Well, how about it for those California kids? I'm a Busch Light guy, but what the hell tonight? Dilly Dilly, raise him up. What a run for Dylan Thornton.
I'll take things you like to see for 500, please, Alex.
I love it. Up next, DJ will have a hot lap session for those 26 cars locked into this second feature here later on tonight, and then we'll have our B mains. That's always we saw how many newcomers last night when heat races, you know, Leach and so on, and that was awesome. And Will Harrington, we'll see what happens in that feature later on tonight. But these are the cars that are going to be in it tonight. They're going to battle to the nightcap, 50 laps, 30,000 to win. As I assume we'll go 13 and 13, but we will see. 20 TC, the Gibson Motorsports